What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV. We are going to have an interesting podcast, SubCast, tonight, where you are going to get a chance to call in to tonight's show to talk about the topics that we bring up or bring your own topics to the table. If we have a brand new setup here, so things are a little bit different. If things are a little bit too loud, if my voice is too loud, please let me know there in the chat if I cannot be heard enough. Also, please let me know there in the chat, and we will try to fix things live. We'll do it live, right? But we are going to get into some pretty hot topics tonight. And we are going to be talking about No Man's Sky a little bit. Guys, if you want to call in and talk about No Man's Sky, talk about the Quicksilver, please do so. The link for that is down below. And the Discord link is down below. So let's go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and get into the show tonight. What is going on, Mad's Scottish Geck, Hood Gaming? We'll be right back after this, guys. And thank you so much. Nice little intro there. I like that. That is from Peaceful Gamer. Peaceful Gamer actually made that for me. What is going on, guys? It's really good to see you guys out here tonight. Really good to see you. We've got Ted in the chat. We got Peter, Star Seeder. We got Truth Slave. Vilmar showing up, holding that wrench up high. Thank you so much, Vilmar. But we are going to be talking about quite a few topics tonight. And I definitely want to see you guys call in and give me your opinion. We got Alan saying live, made it just in time. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you for coming by. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. So, we have been doing quite a few different things in between me working. If you guys have noticed, I've been uploading quite a few Star Citizen videos, and the purpose for me uploading the Star Citizen videos is to show you what you could do in the game. So I'm not covering the development yet. I will be covering the development of Star Citizen, but right now I want to kind of show you guys what you could do when you get into the game. Now, there's a lot of things out there that Star Citizen is a scam. It's a scam, and things like that. And we're going to be talking about that tonight as well. Is Star Citizen a scam? Should you buy it? Is it right backing Star Citizen? We're going to get into all those good conversations. But first, let me talk a little bit about owning space games. There is something very strange that I have been noticing as of late. When I posted on Twitter, I said, man, I've been having so much fun playing Star Citizen. It's absolutely wonderful. It's great. And what happened was a lot of people started, I don't want to use the word attacking me, but started replying to the Twitter saying, I can't believe you're promoting a scam. I can't believe you're promoting this filth, and this and that. And some person messaged me claiming to be a Star Citizen fan. He goes, even me, I'm a Star Citizen fan, and I'm not this positive about this game. And pro Star Citizen YouTubers aren't even as positive about this game. And so I checked the guy's Twitter out. I clicked on his profile, and I don't want to tell anybody who he is because I don't want anybody to harass him or anything like that. But I went to his Twitter page, and he had all these Elite Dangerous posts. Elite Dangerous this. It was even in his profile bio, which there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But he had another tweet, a picture that said, gaining Star Citizen fans as haters one tweet at a time. So... Sorry, I had to check something here real quick. He's obviously not a Star Citizen fan, but it brought something up that kind of baffles me. It kind of confuses me. That it seems like we've got Team No Man's Sky, Team Elite Dangerous, Team Star Citizen. That nobody is... I don't understand why it's not a good thing to own all three all three games at the same time, because No Man's Sky gives you things that Elite can't. Elite gives you things that No Man's Sky can't. Star Citizen gives you things that, you know, and so on and so forth. It's like liking Star Trek and Star Wars. Sometimes I see people divided, you know, like, I like them both. So I don't understand why we can't all be on the side of these three big ambitious games. No Man's Sky is ambitious, and then we have this Elite Dangerous is ambitious, and then we got Star Citizen as well as ambitious. And we have these wonderful things that we could all own instead of taking sides and rooting against the other. I just don't understand how that's beneficial to even to you or to someone who's doing that, because you're missing out on No Man's Sky. You're missing out on Elite Dangerous. You're missing out on Star Citizen. What's up, Adam AGT? How you doing, buddy? We got Stutter Boy Gaming. I play both Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky. I have all three, says David. See, that's you know. But there's people out there that I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that they want to see one or the other fail. And I just find that very, very confusing. But so I've been playing Star Citizen, and I don't know if you guys have watched any of the videos of the Star Citizen videos, but it's been probably some of the most fun I've had in a very, very long time. Let's get a different song up here. This is it's a little bit metal for the show. I need a little background music. I don't know what it is. Don't know why. But I've been playing Star Citizen for a while, for a little bit. I put in about 20 hours into Star Citizen. I see a lot of people saying there's only 10 hours of content. I see people say that that Star Citizen's a scam. I both of those statements, I'm gonna right now say that Star Citizen is not a scam. There is more than 10 hours of content. I've been playing for 20 hours now, and I've only done 2 missions, been to 1 moon and 1 planet in Star Citizen, and I've been playing for over 20 hours. I've earned up to like 12,000 UEC, which Star Citizen fans are like, man, come on, you got to kick it up a notch. That's nothing. It's like having $5 in your back pocket. UEC is like the in-game cash that you can earn money to buy things in the game. Right now, look, Star Citizen is a playable game. There's missions. You could earn money. You could buy shoes. You could buy clothes. You could buy weapons. You could buy spacesuits. You could buy spaceships. You could buy medipens, ammunition, the fuel for your quantum drive, and everything is there for Game Loop right now. There's more to come. In a couple of weeks, we're getting 3.7, which a lot is about to be added into the game. That's going to really make it even more Game Loopy, to give you more things to do. And I say Game Loop as a positive thing. So we'll take a look here at the chat here in a second. But a lot of people that when they hear Star Citizen, they go to the website and they see that these ships cost a lot of money. And I wanted to, first time I went to Star Citizen, there was like the main banner. Let's go to the website right here real quick. And what button did I have that set up for? Okay, so whoops, sorry about that. So let's take this and drag it over here. There we go. That should work. All right, guys. So here's the website. When I first came over here, they had a ship on display for $675. Real money. I panicked. I remember I panicked. I'm like, what in the world? This has got to be a scam, right? $675 to buy a ship in this game? What? That's a clever way for people to back the game. That is a clever way to get people to help support this project. Now, if you've seen my City Planet video, the last video I just uploaded, I take a tour over Area 18 in ArcCorp, and all over you can see what backing this game has done for us. Now, I will never buy a ship for like $675. There's no way. Even if I could afford it, I don't think I would back a game with that much money. But the fact is, most of these ships can be bought by playing the game inside the game with the UEC credits, which is fake money, in-game cash that you earn by doing missions. You can do it that way instead of paying money for these. Ships. For everything that you've seen me doing, I bought into the game for $45 right here. $45 will get you everything that you're seeing me experience on my videos that I've been uploading here lately. I'm not trying to sell you the game right now, okay? That is not what I'm trying to. I'm not trying to be a salesman. I don't have a referral code, so I'm not benefiting. Now, I've heard that referral code actually helps you guys because it'll give you 5,000 extra UEC to spend in the game. So I am considering helping you out in that way by giving you guys some extra money. But right now, I'm not trying. I benefit in no way by selling you Star Citizen. When I started talking about No Man's Sky at the end of 2013, I think it was like December when I made my first video, and then 2014 I started making more. I wasn't trying to sell you No Man's Sky. That is not what I was trying to do. I was trying to get you guys excited about something that really cool was being made for us, and something really cool did become made for us. No Man's Sky. So here is the same exact thing. I am not trying to sell you this game. I'm trying to show you that it's not a scam. At least not that I can. We'll talk about why people think it's a scam. The ship prices are the reason why people think this is a scam, and also the mismanagement of money, which I guess maybe you could be upset about, because what happened is what I've been reading. And if you're watching this video now, or you want to call into the show to tell me some more information, that's fine. If you're watching it after it's uploaded and you want to use the comment section to let me know some more information, that's fine. But what I've noticed is that they're using a lot of their money for advertisement, and they're not putting it towards development. But what I've been playing for you guys, I can tell there's a lot of money in that development. If you watch the second video that I uploaded where I'm exploring ArcCorp, and there is a lot of money being spent on this game. I will. Alan says to always give people the referral code because it helps other people. So that is something that I'm probably going to do. I didn't want to be called a shill. Is the reason why I didn't want to use a referral code. I didn't want to be called a shill for Star Citizen. I want to focus on what I'm telling you without thinking that I'm benefiting in some way, right? I want to be able to show how excited I am about this instead of making it look like, hey, here's my referral code. You know what I mean? But a lot of people are telling me that it's beneficial to other people. So right now here on the screen, $45 will get you doing exactly what you see me doing in my videos that I've been uploading. Now you can get the Mustang starter pack. People are telling me that the Aurora comes with the Mustang. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if that's true. And here's the Aurora, the one that I started out with for $45 to get you into the game. I recently upgraded to a 300i, which means I traded my Aurora in for an extra $20. So I've only got $65 invested into Star Citizen, and that's all I'm going to invest at the moment. Now, to back a game or not to back a game, that is the question. So when Wait, watch, buy is what I've always said. And I've been talking to Links on YouTube. I've been talking to him on Discord. I haven't checked what his new message was. But to back a game or not back a game, wait, watch, buy. I've always said wait, watch, buy because, you know, say, let's take Fallout 76 for instance. When it released, a lot of people were mad, right? A lot of people were really upset. And if we waited and you watched somebody play it and then you bought it, nobody would be upset. Everybody would be disappointed, but nobody would be trying to burn down the internet because Fallout 76 came out launched the way that it launched. And I'm not saying Fallout 76 is a bad game at all. I'm just talking about the launch. So instead of pre-ordering, instead of buying day one, you know, to buyer beware, watch it. You know, just wait and watch it, and watch it for the first day. I mean, you can buy day one, watch it to be played, and then, all right, cool, this looks great, I'm gonna go out and buy it. That's why I started Wait, Watch, Buy. Another reason why I started Wait, Watch, Buy is because I was super excited about Identity. I covered the game a lot. I covered what the developers were saying a lot. I backed that game before there was a shred of playable gameplay, before I was able to get in and try it, right? I didn't Wait, Watch, Buy Identity because I didn't have that frame of mind. When years and years and years went by, and finally they released a little bit of their gameplay, and it wasn't up to par. I'm not saying that Identity is not going to end up being a good game, but I was disappointed. So that definitely stopped me from backing games. However, with Star Citizen, you have a playable game at this very second. You could get in and you could play. You could do missions. You could buy this. You could buy this ship with in-game cash for $45. You have one hell of an experience. I guarantee you, your mind will be blown playing this game. I promise you, your mind will be blown playing Star Citizen. So, in a sense, you could Wait, Watch, Buy Star Citizen, because now it's a playable game. Now, if you buy it for $45, you have the game and you wait for updates. When No Man's Sky was released, Sean Murray said that it was not going to be done at launch in 2014. We heard him say that. I played it a clip on here hundreds of times. So, but we all bought the game for $60. And in a sense, we helped back the game. Sean Murray at the GDC 2017 said they ran out of time and money. When we bought the game in 2016, Hello Games reaped the rewards of their hard work, and they were able to continue development at that point. So we bought No Man's Sky, and we waited for updates. We waited and watched the game be completed as time went by, and we watched the game fundamentally change from Atlas Rises to Next, beyond whatever I would think was possible. So, buying into Star Citizen right now, is backing good? I think backing is okay, in my opinion, if you could play the game. If you can get in there and buy something that is playable, and you're waiting for updates, like we did with No Man's Sky. And Star Citizen is definitely at that point right now, where you could get in and you could play the game and have fun. I've played 20 hours so far. I barely scratched the surface of this game. I'm telling you, I barely scratched the surface. I've spent freaking 4 hours traveling from Port Olisar and then exploring ArcCorp in Area 18. 4 hours alone just doing that. So there's a lot there. And we're going to Hurston next. We're going to take a vacation over to Hurston, and we're going to walk along a beach. That's right. We're going to go to Lorville, and then we're going to land down on a beach, and we're going to stroll along the beach. You could go anywhere on the planet. You could walk around the wilderness. And that's what we're doing next in our next video. But I'm not even paying attention in chat. If there's any mods, if there's anybody saying that Star Citizen is a scam, let them say it. Give them the freedom to talk, as long as they're not putting anybody down or calling anybody names. Don't ban anybody for saying that it's a scam. Let them talk. because truthfully, I want to hear them out on why they think that Star Citizen is a scam when it's a playable game at the moment. And yes, has it been in development for a long time? What, 7, 8 years? When you play, though, you could see, you could feel the quality, and you could see and understand why it has been in development for so long. We got Gamer Cafe saying it hasn't even been 8 years. People quoting 8 years are quoting the Forbes article. Okay, so it hasn't even been 8 years. I would like to talk to you on the show tonight regarding how you feel about Star Citizen. And the reason why I say don't ban anybody for saying that it's a scam is because at first glance, it kind of looks like, well, what the heck? No, I'm not going to pay $700 for a ship. We got Vargul saying Cobra Sean Murray just tweeted regarding a new experimental build. We are definitely going to have to check that out tonight. I've never lied to you. Let's start right there. During a time when No Man's Sky was being crapped on, it seems like every ambitious game wants to be crapped on. And I know Star Citizen fans don't like No Man's Sky. And I know some No Man's Sky fans don't like Star Citizen. I don't know why. Why can't we all just have a library of amazing, ambitious space games, right? But I've never lied to you. And I'm not lying to you, right? I'm not a shill. I'm not being paid to say this by CIG. I wish something like that would fall out of the sky. Here's $100,000. Shill my game. Okay. No, I would. Well, would I do that? I would tell you that I was being paid. Yes, I would tell you. And I would accept the money, and I'd probably be sued because I'd be honest. But like, if it was crap, I'd be like, I've been paid $100,000. I'm going to have to give it back, I think. Or they're going to sue me because this isn't any good. I don't know. I wouldn't be a good shill, right? I wouldn't be a good shill. I'd be sued by the company that wanted me to shill. This is an amazing experience. And the distance that you feel when you travel from, say, Port Olisar to ArcCorp, you feel like you're really far away. And if you have to go somewhere, if you have to go back to Port Olisar, that is one hell of a trip. One heck of a trip. Let's see what's going on in chat. Let's see. Hood Gaming said, but I love the game and I have supported it for 5 months. The game is going to be smashing hit when it drop. When it do drop. I think you could kind of consider the game has dropped. It just doesn't have it doesn't have all of their plans in it, right? Tom in the chat says you can have all the fun you need for $45. That's right. That is right. 100% that's right. And $45. Now, let's go over PC requirements. I see a lot of people talking about what does it take to run Star Citizen. Windows 7 64-bit with Service Pack 1. Windows 8 64-bit. Windows 10 Anniversary Update 64-bit. DirectX 11 graphics card with 2 gigs of RAM. I don't know what that was. 4 gigs strongly recommended. Quad-core CPU, 16 gigabytes of RAM, SSD strongly recommended. So I'm not a really big PC guy. I don't understand what most of that means. All I know is I have a computer that can play this game. But a lot of you probably know exactly what that information right there means. And so... but we are going to take calls later tonight. I definitely want you to come on the show, and I want you to tell me what you think about Star Citizen. I want to hear from somebody who thinks it's a scam, because am I missing something? From looking at it from far away, I can see why people think that. But if you take another look, it doesn't seem like a scam to me. So we're definitely going to be having some callers tonight to talk about Star Citizen and things like that. But can't we all just get along? Star Citizen fans, No Man's Sky fans, Elite Dangerous fans. Why is there a separation? Why is there a divide? We have these teams, like I'm Team No Man's Sky, I'm Team Elite Dangerous. We're all sci-fi nerds, right? We are all sci-fi nerds, and that's why we're here. That's why we have played No Man's Sky for a long time. Vangelis says, lie on YouTube and confess on Twitter and Facebook. Wait, what? Lie on YouTube and confess on Twitter. Oh, I think he said... yeah, that's what a lot of them do, right? I see a lot of them do that. SSD, a type of hard drive which is very fast compared to traditional hard drives. I think that's what I've got. I'm not too sure, but I think it's what I've got. But I don't know what else to say, guys. But I would like to hear your opinion on Star Citizen. I know what you guys like to do. I know what you guys like to do in No Man's Sky. I know what you want out of No Man's Sky. You want ships that you can walk around in. You want planets to have rotation. You want planets to have randomized terraform. You know what I mean? Randomized landscapes to where there's no pattern repeat. You want those things right now are in Star Citizen. I can sit here and play 4 hours of Star Citizen, turn around and play 4 hours of No Man's Sky. Easy. See, do we have Sword yet? Oh, we do have Sword. Sword, what is going on, buddy?
What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Not much. Having a good time over here talking about some Star Citizen. Now, I'm glad I got you on. So, everybody, this is Sword. Sword's the co-host of the Friday Night SubCast, which is going to be a varied
variety show.
Right, a variety show of topics, including still No Man's Sky stuff, right? But it's going to be all kinds of stuff. It's going to be all over the place. Recently, Sword has been very interested in Star Citizen. He took a look at the website. Give me your experience so far of how you felt at first.
What? The game looks beautiful. I mean, I've been watching YouTubers cover this game for a while now. The game looks really beautiful. I didn't know a lot about the gameplay mechanics and how the game works or whatnot. When at first glance, it scared me away. It kicked up tons of red flags, and me and you talked about this, and me and you had conversations about it that's actually put me at ease. But when I first pulled the page up to check out what the game costs, how to download it, whatnot, and checking the specs on it, see if my PC could run it and whatnot, the first thing that popped out to me is the ships being so expensive.
Right.
And it kicked red flags up like immediately, like this is just a pay to win. I've been in several pay to win scenarios on mobile games and on certain games to where, depending on how much money you have to invest in the game, is the level of gameplay and competition you have in the game. But then talking to you a bit about your experience with the gameplay, I still have reservations about it, but the red flags aren't there for me now. It seemed I was on one side of the fence and not stepping back and looking at the broader view of what is going on with the ship purchasing. And it's real easy, and I'm not going to lie about it because I was completely guilty of it. As soon as I see it, automatically have a snap reaction to it and make a judgment call that that's not for me until you get to looking at the gameplay mechanic and how that it, even though it's multiplayer and you'll see other players in the game, you're pretty much going to be having a solo experience.
Right.
So it boils it back down to me. And also, too, after talking to you, finding out that all the ships that are available, or most of the ships that are available for purchase, that you can grind in game and eventually purchase. That to me, that alone eased my mind with it. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna check a few more things out. I talked to you about it on the way home tonight. About if you can play it with the controller. Because I'll be honest with you, most PC games for me, that's going to be the clincher if you can play with a controller or not. But yeah, if the controller works, I'll be honest with you, I'm probably going to be getting this game.
Yeah, it does. Controllers do work. I've had people tell me that I could play with the controller if I wanted to because I was having a little difficulty landing, which they have something in called hover mode right now, which the ships act like helicopter physics. They are redoing that. They're going to be redoing that with next coming updates. So they're taking that out and making it easier to land. But look, you saw me land. I'm the biggest goofball ever. You saw my Elite Dangerous video. In the second video that I did, I landed perfectly. I had to go over top of a Cutlass that was parked in my spot and land on the other side of it. But it's well worth. I've never No Man's Sky gave me experiences that I never thought were possible in a video game ever in my lifetime. Star Citizen has given me additional experiences that I've never thought I would ever have possible in my lifetime. And it still is giving me those experiences after 20 hours of gameplay. So that's that. But yeah, you can use controller to control your ship and your character.
Oh, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. I mean, I grew up in a generation that Super Mario Bros. Was the newest, coolest thing in the world. In 1984, when Mario Brothers released, that was my introduction into the gaming world. The 8-bit scroll screen, but today's technology, today's game developments, they're reaching for the stars much more today than we had back then. I've said it for the entire time I've played No Man's Sky. Anybody had any problems with No Man's Sky, I've always said, find another game that's got all this content in it and I'll go play it. And that's what I'm looking at with this Star Citizen, is that this is another sci-fi game that is right up my alley that looks really, really cool. And to me, and we talked about this before in the pre-show chat, I've spent $70 on games I've played 30 minutes.
Right.
And put down and that I've found out was not for me, but the trailer looked really, really cool. Star Citizen, there's people actually streaming this. You're seeing what you're getting before you hit that buy button. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a whirl. I mean, I think it's gonna be pretty good.
You're gonna love it, dude. You're gonna love it. But let me just I want to preface this to people that are here because of No Man's Sky. This game cannot replace No Man's Sky. You have to understand that there are things about No Man's Sky that you can't get from Star Citizen. Like feeling like you're in a Gene Roddenberry setting. It's absolutely amazing. But this is in addition to living in a sci-fi world, a sci-fi universe. And Sword, you're gonna love it. I can't wait to watch you first stream it.
Oh man, I'm telling you, and like I said, it looks super interesting. I'm probably going to be so far out of my element, it probably is not going to be very good content, but It would be like the Revenge of the Survivor and Star Citizen.
My suggestion is play a little bit of it before you do stream it.
Yeah.
Do something like take a trip to Arcourt from Port Olisar, and you'll get a good idea how to ship controls, what to do when your quantum drive overheats, what to do when the cops pull you over. Don't shoot at the cops.
You know me and cops. I was shooting those sentinels. I think I'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think so, man. These cops mean business. I don't think I could have gotten away from them or beat them. But it's. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I promise you, this is an amazing piece of art. That if you have a computer or you're thinking about getting a computer, why not spend $45 and get this amazing game? Try it out. You know how many games I've got that I paid $60 for that I'm like, ugh, this is a bad buy.
I agree. Yeah.
There's a bunch.
Well, I tell you, one of the biggest disappointments to me was I seen the trailer for a game, and I know I mentioned it to you way back. I think it's been a year or better. It was on the PlayStation, even back when I was streaming on the PlayStation, called The Long Journey Home. Trailer looked amazing. I just from the trailer sold me. I paid full retail price on the PSN PSN. Played it 20 minutes before I realized it was nothing like the trailer.
Right.
And and that game has been on my PlayStation and has been untouched since like the first day I bought it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that does happen. But for, what I've experienced in Star Citizen, that's not going to happen at all. And we're getting ready to get a 3.7 update, which is going to bring, I believe, procedurally generated caves, a way to mine those caves, exploration that I didn't even thought was possible in a game. I mean, we're talking caves that are so intricate that there are points where you're going to have to get down on your belly to climb through certain areas, and then all of a sudden you come out into this gigantic opening and there's glowworms all over the ceiling of the cave. I mean, that's truly awesome as far as I'm concerned. So I did want to bring up, before we started taking callers, there was let me see if I can get it on the screen here. There was our boy JC Hysteria was featured in The Verge. Did you know that?
No. When did this happen? Do tell.
Let me get the link up here real quick, and I'll throw it up on screen. Right here. I got it. So JC Hysteria.
Oh man, guys, if you haven't checked out JC, you're missing out, guys.
And the article was yeah, he's an amazing builder.
Oh yeah.
JC Hysteria was featured in this article called "How Games Like Minecraft and No Man's Sky Help Players Connect to Their Worlds." And JC Hysteria is a No Man's Sky builder who's made the most of the game's complex building tools. Many of his creations are cooperatively constructed, and like his marine observatory or space station, they often stretch what the game is capable of to its very limits. For JC, building is less about setting up practical base of operations and more of an artistic vent. It's a creative outlet, he says. I have a wild imagination, and building allows me to express that. And what is really amazing is down here at the bottom of the article, he says something truly amazing here. It says, there's a quote from another YouTuber, Cobra TV, that has always stuck with me, and it sums up the community aspect perfectly. We are a constellation, he explains. The feeling of connection fills a void for many of us. And I just wanted to reach out to JC Asteria and thank that dude so much.
Oh, man, yeah.
For mentioning the entirety of the community, mentioning, the "We Are a Constellation" quote. And he also goes on to say, JC Asteria tells me that for him, building is a form of medication, his own personal release from the world. It's about escape. Simultaneously, it's about connecting to the world in a closer and more intimate ways, as well as to other people in the case of multiplayer games like No Man's Sky. So, big congratulations to JC Hysteria for making it into the Verge article here. Big article. I'm going to put the link in the chat so you guys can check it out for yourself.
And guys,
there you go.
Check that channel out, guys. There's good things coming out of there. I've been following him, man. I think back since he had 200 subscribers.
Yeah,
definitely some cool builds. I pulled up some of his work on my streams. It's definitely very prolific base builder in the game, and the stuff him and his group, ER Burrows, K Dog. Man, I know I'm gonna leave people out. And if I do, it's not intentional. I just got home from work, but man, those builders, Boy Gaming, guys like that, they do stuff in this game, and I'm loving it to see through their art and their design drawing more attention to this game.
Mm-hmm.
That to me, hats off to you guys.
Right, most definitely. Guys, check out that article and let JC Asteria know on Twitter. Congratulations. He's on Twitter there. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is I'm not ready to start covering the development of Star Citizen just yet. I'm studying like I'm trying to cram for a college test or something. College finals. There's so much for me to learn to be able to speak confidently about Star Citizen, and I don't want to say things that just are not true. So we've got, let's see. Here's the roadmap. Let's go to the roadmap real quick and check out what is coming in a few weeks, or a couple weeks or whatever. So here's the roadmap. If you go to the roadmap, they have everything planned out. And you could see what they're working on for Star Citizen, and you could see what they've completed. Now here, they've got these backpacks that we can wear that you literally can store stuff inside these backpacks. So if you're walking up in No Man's Sky and you pick a sodium plant, it just disappears. In Star Citizen, your hand will reach out to the fruit that's on the plant and it'll pick it off of the plant. And then you can look at it, and then you can physically put it inside your backpack and harvest things that way. There's also, they're adding in a multi-tool, creating a wearable torso piece that supports commodity inventory. So these are coming in 3.7 in a couple weeks, or a week. It's coming soon, real soon. Character customization system version 2. It has a really intricate character customization. Implementation of updates to the character customization system, so they're going to be updating that a bit more. Locations. So here is Star Marine map, The Good Doctor. The design, creation, and implementation of the Star Marine map, The Good Doctor. Now, I believe the Star Marines is like a first-person shooter type part of the game. Caves, creating assets for underground passages on planets and moons. I have seen some of these caves, and they have blown my mind beyond what I thought was possible. That's coming. AI, so improving the player PvE experience by implementing a more modular combat behavior. So there's improvements coming to the AI. AI Dogfight Combat version 2, implementation of improved target selection and AI skills differentiation. So, and then we've got gameplay. There's 10 things coming to gameplay. In development, the ability for players to interdict AI or player piloted ships, pulling them out of quantum travel. Glow sticks. These are really cool. I've seen these in action. This is where you can lay down these glow sticks while you're in the cave system, so that way you don't get lost.
Nice.
Yeah. Usable glow
that No Man's Sky.
I know, right?
Which we got terrain manipulators, so
yeah,
there's
definitely.
always a way out.
Right. Usable glow sticks for exploring caves in dark places. First-person FPS mining allows players to use a multi-tool to mine small deposits while on foot or EVA. Mission sharing. This is pretty cool right here. We could all get together in game in Star Citizen, but now you're going to be able to do missions together at the same time and share the money and share the responsibility. So this tech to allow for mission and reward sharing among friends. Personal commodity inventory. This is a personal commodity for inventory for storing commodities and resources. So this is going to tell you what you got in your backpack or in pockets or whatever. Now here's a picture of picking up the fruit. I've seen this in action, and it looks absolutely amazing. The fruit that you see there is what is mined, and it doesn't disappear. It just gets pulled off, and you take it and put it in your backpack. Players are now able to harvest or pick up items from various places in the environment that can be used, consumed, or sold as commodities. More gameplay loot that we can get involved in. Arena Commander Pirate Swarm improvements. Updates and improvements to the Arena Commander Pirate Swarm mode. Ship rentals. This is something I've seen. I think Tom mentioned this in the chat. You can now, instead of having to grind and do missions to buy those big expensive ships, you're now able to rent them in the game with in-game money. So enable players to rent ships from selected shops for limited periods of time. So you have to return it, right? Probably going to come after you if you don't get it back in time. Uh-oh. That's going to create some fun video. So now they have a way to rent those ships that we all can't seem to do enough missions to afford. We can, but I'm too busy looking at things and going, look at that, instead of earning money.
Now, people in the chat was saying there's a roadmap for that Squadron 42 over on the left screen bar.
Yeah, yep. That's the Squadron 42 is the single player campaign for Star Citizen. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, the PU is the persistent universe. And that is where it's pretty much a sandbox. And the Squadron 42 is oh man, they got Mark Hamill in there as an actor. They got Scully from, I don't know her real name, but Scully from X-Files.
X-Files.
Yeah, and there's so many more, like big stars that are part of the story campaign. There's cutscenes. There's all kinds of stuff. Now, the Squadron 42 is not available to test out because they don't want to release that in parts. They want that to be released as a finished AAA title. But you're able to get in and play in the persistent universe. So we'll take a look at the Squadron 42. I don't know if we'll do that tonight or if we'll do it tomorrow. But weapon attachments. Oh, wait, no, this one here. IFCS Proximity Assist. An IFCS feature that helps flying near objects by slowing down accelerations dynamically. So that is going to be helpful, especially for landing, I believe. Implementation of player customization for personal weapons. Then we got ships and vehicles. There's a new ship called implementing the RSI Mantis into the game. So the RSI Mantis and implementing the Vanguard Harbinger and the Vanguard Sentinel. And then there's implementing the Banu Defender into the game. Now, I believe this is an alien ship, if I'm not mistaken. and I believe I seen the inside of it, and it looked very organic on the inside. If we get into some good conversation to where I could break away, I'll look up the video that has that, or maybe somebody can find it. But that, I believe, is an alien ship. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Weapons and items. There's a new pistol being added. Creation and implementation of the new FPS weapon. Then we got polishing of this. They're polishing this one here. Creation and implementation of the new ship weapons. So there's new ship weapons getting added in. And core technology. Performance improvements to increase frame rates across all PC specs. Meaning minimum requirements all the way up to the beefy, gigantic monstrosity PCs that some of you guys own, like you, Sword. He's like, yeah. He's probably sitting there petting his computer when he's like, yeah.
Oh, wait till next week.
Oh, you lucky dog. You lucky dog.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. If I go dead silent and nothing happens for like a week and y'all don't hear from me, tell the police to search the backyard.
So that's what's coming in 3.7, and we're going to be getting this. It's right around the corner. Right around the corner. It says right here, Q3 2019. And then we have one more update before the year is over. Another update before the year's over. And we could go over that tonight. We can go over to it tomorrow. But I'm super excited to see if anybody's waiting to call into the show. And we got Adam AGT is going to be calling into the show. Adam, I'm going to get right to you, buddy. If you guys would like to join in discussion, even if you disagree with me, I'm not going to silence you. I don't want people banned that say it's a scam. I don't want people banned that say I don't like this. I would like for people to come on to the show and be able to have a way to talk. That's what the SubCast are for, to give you a voice, whether it be talking about No Man's Sky, Elite Dangerous, Star Citizen, or something else that's on the horizon that is ambitious. So we're going to go ahead and get Adam. We got Nonpartisan Media joining us. I will get you on the call right after Adam. We're not in the SubCast room, Sword. Let's jump down to the SubCast room. Whoops.
All right, buddy.
Okay. Adam, what is going on, bud? Oh, Adam's gone. Adam's completely gone. All right, so we'll get Nonpartisan Media. I don't recognize that name, so it's a brand new caller. We got Nonpartisan Media joining us. Nonpartisan Media, how you doing, bud?
Not bad. Sorry, I'm actually under Gamers Cafe. I'm on my PC at the moment, but yeah, I tried to rename myself, but I can't.
Wait, who is this?
Gamers Cafe.
Huh?
Gamers Cafe.
Oh, Gamers Cafe.
Yeah, I was the one that messaged you and said if you have any questions or anything, I could possibly give you some information.
Oh, I'm super stoked to have you on the show tonight. Yeah, thank you so much for calling in. Man. So
no, that's all right.
I've said a lot of stuff. I'm pretty much in the mode where I'm trying to convince people that it's not a scam. Yeah. And in my videos, I'm trying to show people what they're currently able to do if they decided to buy the game right now.
Yeah.
I'm not versed enough to cover the development yet, but I'm getting there. Doing a lot of studying, a lot of reading. So it's really good that you're on the show tonight. And if I've missed anything or said anything incorrectly, please, you have the floor to say more about this amazing game.
Sure. So you've pretty much been right with everything you said, which I'm actually quite impressed with. Because, look, to be honest, this game there's so much that this game, it's literally, it's a nightmare to cover, but it's also a blessing because the content. But yeah, it's so you've been right. It's been in development. They did the crowdfunding back in 2012 November. So this November coming up would make it 7 years.
Right.
People go on about, for example, they go on 8 years. The only way you can get 8 years is if you start talking about the tech demo they had to build beforehand. But even when they started developing in 2012, like they had 5 people that started in the studio. That was all they had back in 2012. And after the first year of development, they only had something like 50 people working for them. People say, oh, it's been taking so long for this to come out, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, well, up until like year 2, they had like 130 people working for them, and they're not all devs. You know, that's office staff, cleaning staff, you know, QA, whatever it may be. So it's taking a while. But then, you know, you look at games like Anthem, for example, that when they come out, it's like, well, this game was rushed. You know, do we want that? Or do we want this game to come out and actually be finished and not fall into the same sort of problems that we had with games that were sort of rushed out the door from big publishers? And
right.
And that's what Chris has had experience with big publishers in the past. He turned around and he was brought out by Microsoft with I think it was Anvil when he was making Wing Commander Freelancer, one of those two. But I was going to say, yeah, so he's experienced the whole big publisher thing before, and that's why he's going down this avenue of actually crowdfunding the game with ship sales, is because of the fact he doesn't want a big publisher involved that's going to push this out the door until it is finished. You know, he wants full control over when it comes out, how it comes out, and that's why when you buy the ships, quote buy, you're pledging to help the game. You don't need to buy the ships with real world money, like you said.
Right.
You can buy them in game, and they are talking about adding persistence when it comes to the money and the ships that you own, so that in future patches, hopefully sooner rather than later, you won't actually have your stuff get lost every time they do a wipe.
Yeah, I was listening to that on one of the recent shows that they put out, yep. And they said that they were trying to work on a way so that there's no like big wipes anymore. Yeah.
That'll change a lot of things, because at the moment, like for example, I was playing Star Citizen about a week ago, and I've played it since then. But about a week ago I was playing, and I did box missions just in a Titan Avenger, and I was playing it for about 2 hours, and I think I made about $80,000.
Wow.
Just in game, just running box missions all over the galaxy.
Those are fun. You wouldn't think that something like that would be fun, but they're fun because one of the main attractions I have with Star Citizen is if you got to go somewhere that's far away, dude, you feel like you're far away.
Oh yeah, those box missions, they took me all over the galaxy, and I'm not too keen on the ones that take you to Hurston Gate 1, Gate 2, Gate 3, all the way through to Gate 6. Because you got to normally walk in with those boxes, but the rest of them are pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty fun. Look, obviously with the game, there's issues with bugs and stuff like that. You know, 3.5, 3.6 was arguably some of the worst patches that have ever came out for the game for stability wise. But you know, but even that said, you know, with 3.6, I played it the other day for 3 hours, pretty much non-stop, and I didn't really have any major problems really at all. So
yeah, I played it for 4 hours the other day, and nothing. I mean, I think it crashed on me once when I first booted it up, like the first 5 minutes into it, and then 4 hours straight, nothing wrong.
Yeah, and look, at the end of the day, it's sometimes people get in there and they'll go in, they'll crash a couple of times, and then they'll leave and they'll think, oh, this game's buggy, whatever. I haven't experienced that. I was talking to some other YouTuber who reckons he crashed 3 times, even trying to leave Port Al-Azhar. And I'm like, dude, I didn't even have these problems. How are you having so many problems? People's opinions are different, but I think there's a lot of people hate on this game because it gets clicks, it gets views. You know, you see people come in with the tired old arguments of, you know, this game is a scam, you know, it's never going to come out, you know, all this sort of stuff, and you've heard these arguments for years in the industry, and this particular game. Sorry, you've heard it for years, and it's just like, if this game is a scam, it's the worst scam ever, because Chris is literally building the game we want. You know, sure, it might be taking a while to come out. Sure, yeah, there might have been mismanagement the first few years that he was going through and he was making it. Sure, but at the end of the day, at the moment, I've been backing the game for about 18 months, but I've been following the game for about 4 or 5 years.
Right.
and I'm like, I don't have a problem with what's coming out, and you know, look, Squadron 42, they are focusing solely on Squadron 42 at the moment. Then once they've got those sort of modules in Squadron 42, they will convert them to be the persistent universe. And then if they have any time left over for that 3-month period, they will then go through and add a few extra things to the persistent universe. But at the moment, the biggest concern that they have is getting Squadron 42 finished, ready, and out the door.
Right.
And once they've done that, that will then drastically speed up what happens with the persistent universe, because all those devs that are currently working on Squadron 42 will be able to come over and start working on the persistent universe. So things are only going to get faster. And yeah, I know it's a pain. We all want to play the game. If I had a time machine, I could set it to whenever Squadron 42 comes out. But yeah, but at the end of the day, I think we just got to be patient and just. I don't want another Anthem. I don't want another game that's rushed out the door so that they can sort of, you know, get the money and then fix it later. You know, like I've played No Man's Sky. I'm not knocking it when I say that, but I think that was some of the downfall for No Man's Sky was a lot of people played it when it first came out. They were turned off and they haven't gone back to play it since, so they don't know what the new patches are like.
Yeah, a lot of people, they never look back. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I meet people that were, you know, I talked about it back in 2016 that I work with, and or meet people that I don't even know, and they go, "Oh yeah, that game was a crappy launch. Yeah, I heard about that game. You know, I bought it and I returned it, or I bought it and I sold it, or you know." And a lot of people just never looked back. Yeah,
and look, you can't blame them. The game industry, it moves so fast that sometimes games just get lost in the wake. And look, also, you know, Star Citizen. I don't know any game that has ever tried to do anything that these guys are trying to do with Star Citizen. Even if you go to its most competitive version, which would be Grand Theft Auto, it's like, yeah, Grand Theft Auto does a similar thing, but they're only talking about doing it on one planet. Star Citizen has plans to do over 100 different systems.
Jeez. I didn't know it was that much.
Oh, dude, I'll send you a link to the or if you just type in Arc Map, Star Citizen Arc Map.
Map.
You can actually see. Let me actually see if I grab the link for you. You can actually see they've flushed out all the systems. And every system has planets, and I don't know how many planets or moons there are, but like it's not even planets or moons. Like sometimes there's like space bases and everything like that. Like,
well, that's the thing about the industry. I mean, a lot of people. This is where a lot of people get hung up in game development. Is they're so used to, and I'm just as I grew up in this gaming industry, or seeing the games that came out and were made available to us. For the longest time, we've had games that get reskinned and re-released that don't have but just a few key features that got added new to the game. I look at basically look at the Need for Speed franchise. I remember the very first PlayStation version of Need for Speed and how that game has progressed. But at the end of the day, it's the same game mechanics, different maps, a little bit better features, but look at the years that game has developed and through that development arc. But at the end of the day, it's still the same games. Games like No Man's Sky, Star Citizen, and Elite Dangerous are games that are not reskinning old games, old game mechanics, or current game mechanics, and just reskinning them and providing them in a new title. They're actually creating and developing mechanics and gameplay that has not been available for us as gamers to experience. And there's going to be stumbles, there's going to be missteps, and there's going to be fallbacks on it. And I think a lot of the consumers in the industry now are so spoilt to having that reskin game to where you have 15 different versions of Call of Duty or 15 different versions of Fortnite out there to play, which is the same game mechanics, just under a different title with different characters, but it's the same type of game. I think when we see stuff like Star Citizen, see stuff like No Man's Sky, where they're trying something new and innovative and never before done, when they see the first misstep, they go, oh, the game's broken, it's junk. And I don't think that's fair to the developers today, because what they're doing and the groundwork that they're setting now is going to provide future development in the game industry going forward.
Yeah, well, what Star Citizen, and by the way, Cobra, I sent you a DM with the link for the star map if you want to show it on the screen. But what the thing that Star Citizen is doing is, like, for example, just even the core systems, right? That they're running off Lumberyard now, which is a version of CryEngine. So they originally started on CryEngine, they switched over to Lumberyard. There wasn't really any downtime that people make to out, because it's literally based on the same engine. Amazon went through, brought CryEngine off CryEngine, and then reskinned it and is now calling it Lumberyard. So it's the same engine. But what Star Citizen has done is they've had to go through and they've had to put client-side OCS. They're putting in server-side OCS. They've got to put in server meshing. They've had huge updates to the CryEngine when it comes to the graphics and everything like that, or Lumberyard, whatever you want to call it, Lumberyard engine, when it comes to the graphics and stuff like that. Like, even just the procedural tech, just to make, for example, ArtCorp. They had to make all these tools from scratch, and people don't sort of realize that, look, these guys they had to build it all from nothing. It's not like Grand Theft Auto 5 where where we had to go through and we already had the existing knowledge when it comes to the game engine, or we already had these existing tools. Star Citizens had to build everything from nothing.
I got to interrupt you for a second.
Sure.
So I seen Sol and Earth. Are they planning on putting our star system in this game?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, you'll be able to visit Earth.
Nice.
What?
Yep. So the only thing about that is it'll be on 1/6 scale, so we're not sure how they're going to do, for example, I'm in Australia, right? So I'm not sure what's going to happen with the outback and with the cities being different scales. But yeah, there is actually going to be, back in the day, they actually said there was going to be 4 landing zones, Russia, New York, Tokyo, and a hidden 4th one that they weren't telling us. Thanks CIG for, causing the internet to lose their mind for that one. But since then, everybody was like, oh my god, 4 zones! But since then, we've actually got procedural planets where you can land anywhere. So I don't know. I very much would love to take my Avenger Titan, and I would like to fly under the Sydney Harbour Bridge. But yeah, they're actually putting in Sol. So we'll have Saturn, we'll have all the planets, plus we'll also have Earth and the cities and stuff like that. So God knows how they're going to do it.
Trick question: is Pluto a planet on this system?
I don't know. Everybody wants to go about being inclusive, so I think we should include Pluto as a planet.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so with the star map that you've got there, if you zoom out, the red planets, or the red ones, that's Vandal, and the blue ones is the UAE. Will I be able to see my house? Who knows? Condition, who knows? But yeah, so the red ones are Vandal, the blue ones are the UAE, the yellow ones I think is Tavaran, I think, maybe? But there's about 4 or 5 races in the game so far.
I'm speechless right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Got Cobra speechless. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Now, I talked to Cobra about this earlier before the show and asked him, and he said, yeah, you can play with a controller. Do you have any experience with that?
I plugged the Xbox controller into the PC and tried that, but I didn't really spend much time setting it up. I was mostly trying to use it for cinematics because I was doing some recording. But yeah, the you can play with keyboard and mouse at the moment. Hover mode is a little bit hard, to say the least. But a lot of people will use joysticks like HOTAS or double joysticks like double HOTAS or something like that. But that said, it is very playable with keyboard and mouse. Yeah, depending on how you want to play it. But at the moment, hover mode is hard because if you pitch slightly forward or slightly back, the ship will go flying forward and flying back like a helicopter. But that is changing in 3.7. They're removing it. But just one thing too, Kobe is saying in chat that only Stanton is implemented to date. It's not entirely accurate. The rest of the system, yeah. So what we can see at the moment, we can only see the Stanton system because that's all we have at the moment to play with. But the other systems, some of them are actually done. They've been done for Squadron 42, and we just can't access them at the moment. The new map that's coming out on the roadmap, you would have seen, is referred to as the Good Doctor. That's actually a map that is actually on Lyria 2. So that's actually in the Lyria system, which is also a part of Squadron 42. So they've gone through and they've done some of these other planets and these other systems as well. We just can't access them at the moment because Stanton is the testbed. So yeah, but
I don't take issue with that because I mean even in No Man's Sky, you know, when we broke into the game files on it, you know, we knew about certain things that was going to be in the Beyond update back in Next that man, we was like, when are we going to get this? When are we going to get this? And you know, as the game developed and updates were released and whatnot, we got some of that content. So I can understand like the galactic map here where it has these systems are, you know, available in the, you know, that's not available to us yet, but are I'd rather see this and see something being worked on and see the scale and the ambitiousness of it than to have that one little system. Yeah, well, the biggest problem that CIG or Star Citizen has at the moment is the servers at the moment have to go through and they have to load everything that is in that Stanton system, right? And every time they spin up a new server, it loads everything up. So it loads Stanton, it loads Crusader, it loads ArcCorp, it loads everything, right? And the servers are getting bogged down to the point where as they go on for time frame, they keep getting the server tick rate keeps getting lower and lower and lower, meaning that the servers is taking long to respond to certain things, which is why you're having problems with the AI and stuff like that. The way they're going to be fixing that is with what they call server-side OCS. This will actually allow them to shut down parts of the server or of the map that aren't used. So if nobody's over at ArcCorp, for example, then it will actually put that in as a minimal state running in the background and not have to worry about spinning it up. And then when someone goes to approach ArcCorp through Quantum, it'll be like, hey, this person's approaching ArcCorp, we need it active. So then it will spin that up, but then that person might have been leaving Levski, for example. And then it'll minimize Levski in the background. And it's going to be doing this sort of stuff in the background to help with the server tick rate. And that should increase performance, should increase a lot of the AI problems that we're having at the moment, help those out a lot. And it also should help the frame rate as well. So they got a lot to do still. There's still a few core systems that they have to get us to do. Server-side OCS is one of the biggest ones, and we're expecting that to come in probably around CitizenCon later this year, or maybe the first quarter of 2020. So when that comes in, that will actually change everything, and hopefully for the better. But
I'm blown away. I mean, look, every time I look at something or learn something or experience something within the game, this game is consistently blowing me away.
Yeah.
Like
people don't get the scope. They really don't get the scope of this game sometimes. It's a lot.
Somebody in the chat, let's see, where was it? It was Kobe42 saying, we have no idea what they're going to present at Star Citizen this year. They will be introducing jumping through wormholes to other systems. There is a leak. Pyro system will be introduced. What is Pyro system?
So, okay, so...
Sounds like fire, so I'm assuming a
Yeah.
fire-like system. Maybe volcanoes.
Actually,
like that.
you're exactly right on the money there. So the Pyro system is going to be a system, it's another system that is actually tied to Stanton's system, where it will be like a lot of lava planets, a lot of it inhabited planets. There's going to be a couple of space stations or something like that. It's actually on the star map there. If you search, you can type Pyro, it comes up. Delamar, the Levski planet or landing zone that we have at the moment in Stanton, that's also a part of another system called Lynx. To be honest, what we're actually expecting is to get jump points at CitizenCon that will take us from the Stanton system to Nynx, and then from or Pyro, and then Pyro to Nynx. That's supposedly the rumor that is happening. But to do this, they need server-side OCS. As Cyberwolf says in chat, hopefully that OCS stuff is tricky. Well, yeah, it's definitely tricky. But the last report I saw was they tested server-side OCS, and it was successful. They're now just having to incorporate it with the rest of the game mechanics and stuff like that.
I see.
So, yeah, chances are we're probably going to see jump points when it comes to CitizenCon. I'm not sure if you know what CitizenCon is, or...
Oh, I've seen a few of them. Yeah, that's actually what got me introduced into Star Citizen, was seeing a couple of these Citizen Cons. And when is that actually? What's the date?
24th of November, I believe. I think it's the 24th for the US, 25th Australia, 23rd or 24th for the UK, depending on where you are. Yeah.
All right. And do they copyright strike you for streaming that or doing a podcast show for that? No? Okay, good.
No.
All right.
No, you can sit there and restream it as much as you want. Last year there was a bit of controversy where they tried to charge people $15, $20 to go through and to stream it. Yeah. The community reacted not very pleasantly to that news. Yeah. And subsequently they backflipped on that. Now, back then, yeah, their excuse was they're going to get a professional team to come in to film it. They didn't want to take money away from devs to do this extra stuff. To be honest, I like the fact that Star Citizen crashes at least once during CitizenCon.
I know, I've seen that too.
Yeah, I like that because it shows us it's not on rails. It shows us that it's not pre-recorded, to see Chris up there sweating, going, "Oh, come on, guys, what's going on?" It's like, yeah, okay. It's like, well, we know it's real. It's not fake. So I don't mind
that's a good point. Yeah, it is real. That's a good point. Like, if I see him up there sweating all the time. Like, come on, do it. Go through the door. Look at the camera. Go to the other camera. Please go to the other. Thank you. Yeah.
There's a very famous meme that goes around on the internet where Disco Lando and Chris, Disco Lando is the content creator, they were talking, and Chris was calling out where to go, to switch to which camera, and Disco was the one behind the scenes telling them to change and pushing the buttons and stuff like that. And Chris was saying to Disco, Red 1, we want to switch to Red 1. But Red 1 had crashed, and Disco didn't want to switch to a crashed screen.
No.
They didn't have any monitors up. This is going back a few years now. And Chris didn't realize that Red 1 had crashed. So he was like, why aren't we switching to Red 1? And Disco was like, because it's crashed. We don't want to show that. Yeah, Red 1. Yeah. But like I say, look, it's CitizenCon is pretty much it's the E3 for Star Citizen Universe. Everything that's coming out for the next year or so is normally covered. They show off a whole bunch of stuff that they're concepting, that they're doing. It's it's one day, but there's like 8 or 10 panels where they talk about everything. They talk about, last year it was all about character customizer, server meshing, and pillars and stuff like that, and you can spend literally a week just watching some of these other shows that they do, because there's like 2 stages, so it's a pretty big thing.
You know what, I like to tell people that they're like, this game's never going to come out. It should have came out years ago. And if you look back at what the game looked like years ago, I wouldn't trade that for what it is right now.
No.
I mean, it's dramatically and graphically improved.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was watching CitizenCon from 2017, and the graphics in it, and I was like, what game is this? I know it. I know it's similar to Star Citizen because it has the same principles, but
yeah, exactly.
The graphics were nothing, and it's like, oh, hang on, that is Star Citizen. They've just updated the graphics since then. But yeah, they do keep making leaps and bounds, and there's new fog tech coming in. There's a whole bunch of new stuff that's coming in. But yeah, at the end of the day, they just keep improving it. They just keep making it better and better. And people always say, look, they've only got the one system. Well, it's not really true. They've developed the other systems. But also, once they've gone through and they've done the Stanton system, that has the majority of the biodomes that they need. The only other biodome they don't have is lava, which is Pyro system, which is why we're thinking Pyro is going to be next. And once they've got those biodomes, they can then just go through and hit the button, and the computer can procedurally generate all these different biodomes for all these different systems.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah. So they will have to go through and manually touch them up.
Oh yeah. They use procedural generation as a helping tool. From what I noticed, they use it, they generate something, and then they go in and they change what they want to change. But they still have to artistically go in and do stuff.
Yeah. Like, for example, ArtCorp, the city that you explored the other day. That was all done with procedural tech to start off with, and then they went through and slightly changed a few things for obviously the Area 18 landing zone and stuff like that. But the vast majority of Area 18 was done with procedural generation, and it looks freaking amazing. Like sometimes, like coming into Area 18 at night, for example, with lights on and stuff, and you're just flying into the atmosphere with all those city lights. Like there was a guy who put on a VR goggles, and he was playing Star Citizen in VR, and he was overlooking the Stanton system. You know that window that's on Port Al Bazaar you're looking at, and you see the Stanton planet in the background there, that great big window? Yeah. He had the VR goggles on when he walked out to the front, he saw that window, and he just started crying. And people were like, dude, are you okay? Are you okay? And he was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful, I want this so bad. and it's just like, it was I don't know, I've been trying to find the footage because I want to put it in a video myself, but it's hard to find because it was just some guy in a 3-hour live stream. It just happened to have VR on, and it's like, I really want to clip that part. But yeah, he just started crying because it was just so pretty. It was just way too much for him to just take it all in. It was just like, I can't do this.
Now, there's another question I want to ask you, and
Sure.
Then I want to get into, I want you to kind of explain for anybody that watches this, some, why get into, what can they do in Star Citizen? Why is it beneficial to get into Star Citizen right now? But my question is, a lot of people are, because I love the travel times in Star Citizen. I hope they don't do away with that or shorten it. I like how long it takes me to get from Port Olisar to, say, ArtCorp. Even when there's things like, oh, I overheated, I gotta wait, or I get pulled out of Quantum because security police want to scan me. But I've been hearing people been commenting on the video saying that there's going to be things to do while you're in those long travel times. What are those? What are those things that people are talking about?
So with the ships, like for example the Hammerhead or the Constellation, these big, or even the 890 Jump, for example, these big ships. So when you're in Quantum, you're going to need people And this is where it sort of gets into the argument pay to win versus not pay to win. You're going to need people that are maintaining ship systems, like, for example, engineering, propulsion, running around, doing maintenance on these ships. As you've probably already noticed, they implemented in the past patch or two, where if you start overheating systems, your systems will start taking damage. Well, this is the start of what they're bringing in is, for example, if you're quantum jumping from Hurston to Port Al-Azhar and you overheat your jump drive, it might start damaging the jump drive. You will need to have someone there who will repair it and do these sort of maintenances on these long trips. So, yeah, really it's not just going to be a case... Sorry?
I just said that's really cool. My bad.
Yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good, man. So that's to say that instead of going through and just sitting in a seat and going, yep, I'm going to wait 15 minutes to sort of go through and get from Hurston, for example, to Port Al-Azhar in a small ship, mind you, I'm going to need to get up and I'm going to have to repair my jump drive, or I might have damage that I've taken from a space battle and my weapon systems is offline. I probably should go and fix that before I get to Port Al-Azhar and get ganked by a whole bunch of pirates. So yeah, and they're also talking about bringing in little games, like for example, the 890 has a pool table, the 600i has a pool table. They're talking about bringing in like chess piece board sets and stuff like that you might be able to play while you're doing these sort of trips and stuff. But yeah, the biggest thing is you're going to be going through and actually working on systems and maintaining systems and making sure that your ship's up and running,
That's
not
really
overheating. Cool. Yeah, I don't mind the long jump times. I don't mind them at the moment because I get a chance to get up and have a drink and go to the toilet and whatnot and come back and...
I love them, dude, because when you finally get to the, ArcCorp's as far as I've been so far, right? So I'm just going to keep using that as an example. When I get to ArcCorp and I'm standing there in the lobby of where my apartment is, and I'm thinking about how far away I am, and if somebody were to say, I need you to go back to Port Al-Azhar, that to me feels like, oh my gosh, that's a chore. That's far away. Yeah. And I think that's one of the main qualities of this game is that, dude, when you're far away, you're far away. And it's the architectural change from what it looked like what you were at Port Al-Azhar to what it looks like when you're on ArcCorp it's like two different games. It's not like the same level like you see with most games that come out where stuff just kind of looks the same. There is a dramatic difference that feels like you're on a new planet that has a different culture. It has a different artist and architecture, and it's so believable.
Yeah, I've had people who I've jumped in the game and I'm with an org, and they've turned around and they said, "Oh, come and join us over at Port Al-Azhar." And I've been over at Hurston or ArcCorp, and I'm like, "Yeah, nah, I might catch up with you guys later."
yeah.
I don't want to make the trip back. It was when I was doing box missions. Look, I probably should have because it's org. But I was going to say, I'm sitting there thinking, dude, that's a 15-minute trip in my Avenger. I don't have a hammerhead. It's not a 5-minute trip for me. That's 15 minutes or 10 minutes in an Avenger. Like, I don't want to play with you guys that badly. If I head over that way, I might catch up with you. So, but yeah, you're right. It those long jump times and stuff like that. And then, people are like, oh, well, what's going to happen with wormholes? The wormholes are going to be pretty much, they're not instant, but they're going to be a lot shorter than what it is to jump across the system because
I would imagine, yeah.
They actually did show off what a wormhole looks like back in 2014, so they had preconceived it already. It looks a lot like it does in Farscape. I'm not sure if you know of that TV show.
Okay, yeah, no, I do, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So when they're going through the wormhole in Farscape and Crichton is going through the model, that's what it looks like. So yeah, it's going to be a lot like that. And they're also talking about making it so that when you're flying through the wormholes, you can, quote, map the wormholes. Just because the wormhole's there doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to come out the other end safe and sound. You actually are going to have to control your ship when flying through these wormholes.
Ooh.
Because hitting the side of the wormhole might spit you out in a different system, or it might just incinerate you. So yeah, it's not going to be a case of like autopilot, like go into wormhole, come out of wormhole. It's like, no, you actually have a risk of going through these wormholes, especially the first few times before they get currently mapped. You actually might go through these wormholes and you might come out looking like spaghetti.
Wow.
So yeah.
So cool. So what is the advice for anybody that's sitting here, either watching now or watching after it uploads tomorrow or the next couple of days? What is your advice if they're on the fence about getting this game from someone who's an experienced player, such as you? I think they benefit from my videos too, even though I'm not experienced, because they're seeing how I'm a noob coming into the game. So they're going to be in the same situation as I am. But the only purpose I'm uploading those videos is to show them what they get when they pay $45. Of course, I did upgrade my ship to the 300i, and man, I love that freaking ship. But it's the same game, right? You still get the same game. So what is your advice to somebody who's on the fence?
I would say if you want to go through and play this, spend the $45. It's equivalent to what, 10 cups of coffee, 5 cups of coffee if it's Starbucks. Go through, spend the $45. You do have a 3-month period where you can request a refund if you're not happy with it, but it's $45 and just try it out. If you buy the Mustang, you do get the Aurora. It's something that you were mentioning earlier. At the moment, the Mustang has a cargo bug because it's actually the cargo stored on the external side of the ship, not the internal. And the physics grids at the moment don't take much notice of what's outside a ship, just what's inside it. So yeah, I would say buy the Mustang because you get the $5 extra upgrade if you were to upgrade it to a later ship later. Plus, you also get the Aurora to doing your box missions and stuff like that. You can't really do your box missions with your Mustang because it's just there's no room for it. But yeah, try the game for $45. If you don't like it, you can request a refund if you really want. But for $45, it's a lot of fun. But the best thing is that if you want to play this game, play it with someone who has at least a limited understanding of how this game works, because it doesn't hold your hand. That this game, it really does drop you in the deep end, and it gives you some tips down the bottom where, like, hey, you press F1 or your mouse scroll button, but a lot of people are too busy like going, oh my god, I'm on a space station overlooking Stanton right now, to even notice some of those tips. And it can make it not harder to play, but it just makes it more difficult than it needs to be. But if you jump in with someone that's experienced, like yourself, for example, even, and you can turn around and say, hey, like you were asking in the video, you're going on about moving faster. Like, how can I not move faster? And it was just, you need to push the scroll button and just wheel your scroll button up. And it was just stuff like that can sort of make the difference between people getting frustrated or bugs. That most bugs have a simple workaround. Like, for example, if you're trying to quantum jump to somewhere and it's not spooling up, just move your mouse off that location and then put it back on and it's normally fine. It's just little workarounds like that can sort of ruin it for people if they don't know any better.
Right, and there's a bug that I came across that I actually figured out how to fix on my own. And this would really piss somebody off because I was pissed off. When I got intercepted by the police, and they were done with me and they flew off and said I was free to go, my waypoint was gone to Quantum Drive 2. The way I fixed it was, it took me a long time to figure this out, but what I did was I went back into the map, picked a different waypoint. Like, instead of trying to go to ArcCorp, I picked to go back to Port Olisar. And then that mark showed up on my screen, so then I went back in and changed it back again to ArcCorp and it showed back up. So that was really stressful for me because I'm like, how am I supposed to get there if I can't even see the waypoint anymore? And I kept clearing it and setting the route, and it still wasn't showing up. So I just picked a different waypoint and then went back to picking ArcCorp. I didn't travel back to Port Olisar. I just clicked and clicked. and it worked.
Yeah.
But that's what I suggest for people. But yeah, there are some bugs in it. YouTube has been my help, trying to figure out how certain things work and stuff like that. So look, guys, if you're on the fence about it, and your opinion also, do you think there's a game here right now?
That's hard, because I would much rather undersell the game than oversell it and have people upset, because there's enough people that are already trying to hate on the game as there is. So I would much rather undersell it, and I like to call it a very beautiful, time-wasting sort of tech demo, because once you start playing it, you're not going to play any other game. You're just going to put all your time into this. But yeah, I like to call it a tech demo just to undersell it, but especially with the new game loops that are coming through now, it is definitely getting to that point. If we start getting persistence with the money and stuff like that, money and the ships that we buy and stuff, then definitely we are getting into MMO sort of game territory.
Right.
But I would just...
The two big negatives, I think, are the wiping and the bugs that you can come across. Like this guy on the screen here, you'll see it in a few seconds. He sits down and he's sitting in midair. You know, it's little bugs like that, kind of like, well, come on, man. But the wiping really ruins it, because if you grind and you did it, you got that big ship, you know, and then all of a sudden it gets wiped and you have to start over and grind again. That's a big downer. But currently, right now, you can get in and play the game, do missions, earn money, buy ships, you know, stock up on ammo, do things that you would do, say, in Elite Dangerous, you know, doing missions in Elite Dangerous. It's there. It's there right now. You can play it and have fun. And I'm playing it. I'm not trying to earn a whole bunch of money and get and buy a ship just yet, because I know that it could be wiped. So I'm staying at a minimal, and I'm basically acting like a tourist at the moment, doing a couple missions here and there when I need to for quantum fuel and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I've played 20 hours already, and I barely scratched the surface of what's available to me at this moment.
Now, out of curiosity, I'm curious, because, like, there's days when I can game for like an hour, half hour, and then there's days where I can just clear the rest of my schedule and do stuff. How playable is this game to doing anything or accomplishing anything in game if you've only got like a half hour to an hour?
Half an hour to an hour really does sort of make it harder to sort of jump in, because especially with the times, like for example, jumping from Port Al-Azhar to Hurston, for example, you're going to take about 10-15 minutes to do that anyway. So if you have half an hour, I would say, unless you want to do some shopping where you're currently located, so you want to go and buy some weapons or armor or whatever it may be, or do a mission that's really close by, I would say probably not. One of the downfalls when it comes to Star Citizen is that it's not a game you can sort of jump in and bash out for 10, 15, 20, half an hour. Unless you want to jump into Arena Commander or Star Marine, then you can do those modes easily within half an hour. But the universe itself, I would say, unless you've probably got anywhere from half an hour to an hour as a minimum, I would say probably not.
Okay.
I also want to quickly reference, someone says about the specs in Star Citizen. The tech specs used to be a lot higher than what they are now. When they brought in OCS, server-side, client-side OCS, a lot of those specs dropped. To give you an idea, I was playing Star Citizen on a i7 1050 Ti with 16 gig of DDR3 RAM, and it was running fine. It was running more than playable for me, and that was with a basic system. The biggest thing that you will need for Star Citizen is make sure you do run it off an SSD. The SSD is one of the things that you will definitely need for this system, for this game. Hey Eric, how are you, buddy?
Hey
Eric, what's up, bud? Thank you for coming on the show, man.
What's up? I'm good.
Eric and I actually know each other. Actually,
Really?
We actually hang around. Yeah, other Discords.
Wow, what a small world! That is awesome.
Yeah, the community is pretty good actually. Yeah.
Nobody noticed me slide in.
Oh, Mary Lizzie, what is going on, Mary? How are you?
I'm fine. I've been here for a while.
Oh,
We didn't know if it was you or not, Mary. You was quiet.
Well, I just got done streaming for 5 hours, so you know.
Bit of a brain drain there. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm learning a new game. I've been playing Empyrean, so.
oh,
and
that's
I
a good
actually-
game too. That's a good game.
Yeah. I
Like
went to
Empyrean Galactic.
yeah, Galactic Survival. I actually went a couple hours extra today just because I actually had a couple of long-term players in my chat on Twitch, and so I was picking their brains on how to do stuff. I'm like, hey, while I've got you, I can't get this to work. So I got.
Well, Mary
That's
Lizzie,
what's up.
thank you for coming on the show. Let's go ahead and start with Eric Red, and we'll get with you, Mary Lizzie. Eric, what's up?
Yeah, I'm good actually. Before the chat, like I said, Adam and I we were talking, and I just finished my 3D print for No Man's Sky. It's actually in the sub chat.
That was awesome,
yeah.
dude. I just seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in the Nexus and I saw him floating around. I'm like, you know what? I could totally print that thing. So
Nice.
I got into Tinkercad, and everything that you see there is my design. It was pretty easy. The cylinder part on the inside of the robot was the hardest part, because like the back part where the thruster is, it's a cone shape. So I'm like, I had to get the cylinder on the inside a little bit small, and but yeah, it looks great.
It looks cool, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
job.
Adam mentioned he asked me about the hands, if they moved and stuff. This is just a model, but I can the 3 section pieces, I can actually go in and print those separately and put like a pin in so that they move, like a joint pin. And I think once I get some more filament and stuff, I'm going to actually paint this, like do a white and then like a silver, and actually make it look as realistic to the picture as possible.
Very nice, man.
Yeah, it
Very
is,
nice.
dude. Very, very nice.
Now, have you tinkered any with the ships in No Man's Sky?
Not yet. I figured I'd try something small first. I thought about doing like the save, not the save beacon, but the cylinder save one in the buildings thing. I thought about doing like trying to do a plant, maybe the star bulbs or something. Yeah. So there's a lot of ideas I'm getting in the game. So, but yeah.
Very cool, man. And you started a YouTube channel as well, right?
Yeah, I did. It's actually I sent that. There's a link in the chat about it. I did an intro video and a simple video of me doing like a keychain. So.
All right,
But yeah.
and partisan. Well, you have a YouTube channel as well, right?
Yeah, Gamers Cafe. Yeah, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I cover mostly space games, but mostly at the moment Star Citizen. But yeah,
Okay. And it's called Gamers Cafe.
Gamers Cafe. Yeah, yeah.
All right, let me pull a link for Eric's channel, and I want to also get your channel as well.
Sure. Yeah.
So
sure.
if you could just send me a message.
I'll tell you what, if you want to drop that in the public chat, nonpartisan, I'll
Sure.
drop it in over in the YouTube for.
Thank you, and post get Eric's as well.
Yeah, drop yours
yeah.
in the public chat.
The SubCast chat.
Yeah, either one.
Yeah, it's actually in there. It's right below your thumbs up.
Ah, cool, gotcha.
Okay, so if you guys are just joining the show, we've been talking a lot about Star Citizen, And what you get when you buy buy it for $45, you can get into it and start doing missions, earning in-game cash, shopping for some shiny red shoes, and just clothing, weapons, ammunition, medipens, getting fuel to go to very beautiful places. I can't wait to go out to Hurston and explore Loreville, and I could land by the beach and walk around, correct?
Yeah, there is, quote, beach land, although Hurston and Lore is a bit of a toxic dump.
Yeah.
They really don't have much of an EPA on Hurston. But yeah, there is the coastline there, but if you just watch the acid pits that are also in the coastline, you'll be fine. But yeah, there's definitely, you can fly along the water and you can walk up to the shoreline, and they haven't incorporated swimming as much at the moment. Up until recently, if you jumped in the water, it would kill you. Now, as long as you've got a helmet on, you're fine. But I still think that, I know Eric might be able to answer this. Is there still kill box in the oceans? Do you know?
I actually, in Star Citizen?
Yeah.
I actually only played like a few times. I played it on a laptop when I first got it, so like it was really hard for me to even get my ship out off the dock.
Right.
So that's as far as I got.
I've seen you. You're the same one that turns up in Mike's chat, aren't you? Is that you?
No.
Oh,
you mean
sorry,
yeah, different Eric.
Yeah. Okay.
But
different Eric. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so I don't know you then. Hi. But yeah. I was going to say there's a ocean line there, where you can, for example, go out, and up until recently, if you went into the ocean, it would actually kill you. But I think at the moment you can. Someone is saying there is still a kill box in the ocean. So yeah. But they are talking about incorporating swimming at a later date. I think it's coming in 4. But yeah.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, Phoenix?
Hold on, let me mute this thing.
And guys, I posted Eric Red's link in the chat and Gamers Cafe link in the chat. Guys, go check them guys out and smash that sub button. Stay up to date on their newest content.
So, Mary, you've been playing a lot of Empyrean Galactic Survival.
Every Friday, but yeah.
I played that game a long time ago, and how's it coming along?
I don't know how it was a long time ago, but it has a lot to offer, and I mean it's a lot like No Man's Sky, except there is a food aspect, but it doesn't drop rapidly. You do have oxygen when you go into the water, but again, that does not drop rapidly. The main issues I've had and what the players were helping me with tonight is power. Sound familiar?
Yes.
But a lot of the items I'm learning take biofuel, which you make just from picking plants around the planet. I just didn't know that because it didn't specifically say. But there's also solar panels, there's generators which take the biofuel. It's super easy to make. There's chainsaws, you can chop down trees. Not my favorite thing, but there's spider nests that you can get things from.
I don't like spiders.
Neither do I, which
No
I think that's the main reason people watch, is to see me jump scare. But you can hear them coming, and the sounds are very realistic. You can walk on the sand, and it sounds like sand. And you can hear the change when you switch to land. And it's got a lot of multi-tools. You can change. There's a special gun you can make that allows you to change the texture and color of any item. About any item. I don't know if it does the guns, but like any buildable item.
That's
so
really cool. You know what? I think I'll jump back into that. It's been years since I played Empyrean. I think I'm going to jump back into that for a little bit and see what's going on.
That was that MMO, right?
Yeah. Well, is it an MMO?
It can be if you're on a server. I'm in single player. SavJazz21, I don't know if anybody knows him. He's from the Geknip gang. He helped me figure out multiplayer last week.
I actually
So-
tried getting into that one time, but it just wouldn't run, and I eventually gave up.
Well, and apparently there's a trick to multiplayer, and I don't know if I can get it to work again without starting a new game. That's what I haven't figured out yet, is how to get it to work. There is an option when you go back to a save to change it from local to co-op. There's also a tool in the Steam the library area that is dedicated server for Empyrean, and you can download that. As long as you have that window open, the dedicated server is open. I don't know how many people you can have. I've only tried it with one.
Yeah.
But KJ and I have played around with it. I've gone into creative and spawned in, and that was my stream last week, is I went into creative and spawned in some of the ships that players have made, because you can make your own blueprints, you can make your own ships, you can make your own hover vehicles, small vessels, capital ships, and then you can make a blueprint and upload it to the Steam.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
So I spawned in like the Voyager from Star Trek, the Enterprise, Firefly.
Oh my gosh, I'm definitely jumping into this too, man. See, that's why I'm telling you guys. You know, I see it all the time on Twitter. People are like Team Elite or Team No Man's Sky only or Team Star Citizen only. There's so many cool games out there that we could
Actually
all own. Play them all.
There's even the Death Star, guys. For you Star Wars fans, there's Death Star blueprints. There's mini Death Stars, and there's like one giant one. I haven't tried spawning it in yet, but you can try creative, you can try survival, you can try what they call freedom, which is like survival, but you don't lose food or health. You can't spawn anything in, but you still can build. You have to get your own supplies and stuff. The tutorials are new, so they are a bit bugged. I've been actually following the tutorials, and it's actually not that bad. But the only bug I've experienced so far is like today I was trying to finish the tutorial for a hover bike, and it would not check off fuel tank because I had previously made it. I did not make it right then and there. I had made it previously incorrectly.
So
I just had to make it again.
that's interesting. Hey, I'm definitely got to jump back in and check it out. Phoenix.
Yeah.
What do you think of Star Citizen?
Actually, I was a follower since 2013, roughly around there.
Yeah.
Played it a lot, but I got annoyed with all the resets every update, so I eventually stopped. And I saw you playing it the past 2 weeks now, and then I tried to jump in it, and I just got in since night. It was like crashing server errors and all types of stuff.
Huh.
But yeah.
Star Citizen gets a little.
I mean,
buggy.
I understand the reason for it,
Yeah.
but you know.
Well, I was going to say, Star Citizen gets a little buggier when the evocati is running, because they're literally running it on two different builds on the same server.
Yeah.
So that causes a few problems.
Yeah. I was getting what was it? An account sync error or something like that.
Yeah,
Dude, I love your
that's
accent.
Oh, I'm Jamaican, sorry.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing.
Thanks.
Jamaican bobsleigh thing.
Alright.
But yeah,
yeah, it's the first I've been. Oh, by the way, I'm Chevifire on YouTube. If you haven't seen me commenting and all.
Oh, that's you. Okay,
Yeah,
cool, buddy.
yeah. I should probably change my name or something. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Explain to me what the evocati is, because I keep hearing that. It sounds like a cult or gang. Like, there's some stuff coming out of the
Who can explain it
evocati. I'm like, what's evocati?
It's Chris Roberts' secret team fighting, crime fighting team.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say. Sorry. Yeah, they're the people that they are people that have spent over $1,000 in the game or more. And they are
Isn't it
people
10,000?
that. No, it's 1,000. Just 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're people that have gone through and who fill out a lot of bug reports. So what they've done is just.
I used to get in the first wave all the time. for PT.
The problem with the evocati is that you're under NDA, which kind of sucks if you're a YouTuber because you can't talk about it. So
Right, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
that's like they're like, do you want to be an evocati? And I'm like, no, thank you. No, because everything you guys talk about gets leaked anyway, and I want to cover it.
Yeah.
Well, the first rule of evocati, you don't talk about it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's a bit like Fight Club. But yeah, it's just people that have gone through and that are really good with bug reports, and they've spent over $1,000 in the game, and they just go through and they get the bare buggiest version of the game you could possibly imagine. So there's a lot of 30k errors, there's a lot of disconnections. It really is not a good state for the game, which is why it's under NDA, because it's like, hey, this is literally not even incorporating everything into the patch yet. This is just us adding stuff as it gets done, and
Yeah.
so
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so you do own it then, Phoenix?
No. I used to. I didn't own it. No, I wasn't saying that. I was saying I used to get into the first wave of like PTU releases because I used to report bugs, but I didn't get into the evocati thing. I never got into that.
No. I mean, you obviously do own Star Citizen.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, I played. But, yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's what would you say to the people that are on the fence about getting Star Citizen?
Thinking.
Tell me how
know.
I convince my husband to let me get it, because I want it, but he's like, no.
I have some friends that just like they're just off. They think it's a scam. They don't want to listen to me. So
I hear that so much, man. People they're attacking me on
it's
Twitter.
It's a scam. Don't tell me anything. I'm like, oh god. All right, never mind.
So I want to talk a little bit about my first opinion with Star Citizen, and I'm sorry for hogging the show here. When I first heard about Star Citizen, it was about 3 to 5 years ago. I had a guy at work who came up and he said to me, he was talking about CitizenCon that was on at the time. And I said to him, what's your view on it? And he turned around and said, a lot of people were calling it a scam. I'm not real interested. And I sort of like, oh, okay, it's a scam. And I fell into the same pit of, it's a scam. I don't want to bother trying. And I just went on with the rest of my life. I actually got on board with Star Citizen because I was bored and I saw the latest 2017, 2018, whatever it was, CitizenCon. And I was like, hey, for $45, I probably spend more on Coca-Cola a week. I'll give it a go. And worst case scenario, I'll make an exposed video.
Yeah, like I spent $60 on games since then, like a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
Believe
like
Believe it or not.
Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
What else about before that? I don't even
Well,
remember.
I was going to say, Lizzie, if you want to get your husband to let you get it, the best thing to do is wait for a free fly weekend, and then basically install it when it's free, and then sit him down for an hour and get him to play it, and then
Get him to ArcCorp.
You'd probably never ever get him away from the computer ever again.
Have him
Or
watch
just-
let him watch my ArcCorp video. Explore ArcCorp. Just sit him down and let him watch that.
I even
That's
love it.
what sold me on it. I'm like, and I was trying to write a reply to your video, but my internet went out and it was a long reply, but
Yeah.
basically that you're exploring the city, that is what sold me on it, because most people know I have arthritis in my hands and I have really bad hand days, but I still like to play.
Yeah.
I like to explore. That's what I do with No Man's Sky on bad hand days. But man, I could explore the city and I wouldn't have to worry about probably damage from predators, etc. And that's just like, I could spend hours doing that.
Oh, me too. Yeah, and that's just one of the landing zones. There's more. How many more landing zones are there?
If you're just talking about major cities and stuff like that at the moment, about
Cobra.
4 or 5.
Question:
Yeah.
Have you been to Lorville yet?
No, that's where I'm
Arsene?
going next. That's where I'm
Yeah,
going
you need
next.
to get to there because you
Yeah,
can actually
everybody's saying
land
that
on the
that's-
planet.
Everybody's saying that's better than ArcCorp. And
Yeah, in terms of gameplay space, you can land on anywhere on the planet, but like when you're in Lorville, you can only go to the landing zone.
okay.
So yeah, you can go outside the outer skirts of the city. You can even take the train or whatever they call it and go to the outer side of the city. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's where I'm going next. I'm going to make a flyby of the landscape of the planet, and then I'm gonna take off and go to Lorville.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I would say there's probably about 4 or 5 different zones, probably landing zones.
Oh, and Arcorp.
No. He was asking how many landing zones there were. I was saying there's probably about 4 or 5. You got Levski, Grimpex, Hurston, Area 18.
I think that's
what others are? So there's 5.
Grimpex, you said that right? Well, that's not
Grim-
really a landing zone. It's just a spot in space, I guess.
Yeah, there's actual. That's the pirate base. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. Even though I know the ocean's a little polluted, there's just something really cool about. I'm gonna go travel to Hurston. I'm gonna check out some of the, the sites. Take the train.
Hey, Cobra, if you want, I could join you at some point. Like, I have a freelancer if you haven't been in one.
No, I haven't been in one. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I tried hooking up with somebody in the game, I think about 5 months ago, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So you're gonna have to walk me through that process of joining a party.
I have to get walked through it myself too. I remember. I haven't played it until tonight.
I'm not good at the names or determining who was saying what, but somebody said to wait till what to buy it, and then somebody in chat says to wait for an anniversary sale.
Yeah, so there's what we call the free fly weekends. The free fly weekends are basically where CIG will turn around, or Star Citizen will turn around and say, everybody, use this code, you can get in the game and you can play the game for a week for free. The anniversary sale is kicking off November 24th, and anniversary sale is the anniversary of Star Citizen finishing their crowdfunder, and basically everything goes up for sale. All the ships go up for sale. The game packages, getting involved game packages.
I'm sorry, how often do they have the free flyer weekends?
They were supposed to be having them like 4 times a year, but we've only had one this year so far. So
do they usually have it close to the CitizenCon or right after or something like that?
Yeah, so we'll have one more at CitizenCon. But I'm sort of expecting one between now and then too, because we haven't had one since 3.5. So maybe 3.7 we might get another one, but yeah, I was going to say, but yeah, it's, I don't know. Look, I'm always like I've said before, that you can get a refund on the $45 if you don't enjoy it. It really does depend. If you have a spare $45 you want to spend on something, I always suggest just getting it.
If you meet the minimum requirements to play this game, I would be dumbfounded. I would look at you like what the hell if you told me you did not enjoy the game. Like, you guys see me play games, I'm a goofball, right? I can navigate Star Citizen pretty well. I mean, you saw me landing, and I guess people are saying that I did a good job landing over top of that Cutlass.
Well, you did a real good job.
Yes, in a wing, though.
Was that Cutlass supposed to be there?
No, someone has landed their ship, and the game hasn't cleared it up because it's not technically on a landing pad. It's on the edge of the pad, so the game hasn't cleared it up.
I see.
That was happening I was just playing just now, and something just like that was happening.
Yeah, it's happening a bit.
But I couldn't get in because of the new hovering system. It's terrible.
Now let me ask you guys this, because I'm really curious.
I'm trying to get a marble in the hole. I don't know if to explain that.
Okay, so one of my husband's things is husband says is that it's too grindy for me. That it's too hard to buy the ships. That you really have to grind it out.
That's what rental system is for.
Yeah, Rentals is coming in to change that. But he does have a point about it being grindy. It is grindy at the moment. But when ship rentals come in 3.7, that should fix that.
Let me
what are
talk
ship
about
rentals?
Where you can go through. Rent the ships, yeah.
Now let me ask you this: if you meet up with somebody in multiplayer and hop a ride to another planet with them, what happens if they bust out of there and leave you? Does your ship end up on a landing pad on the planet, or are you just stuck?
Oh, the technicals.
You know, I always wondered that.
Now I'm not asking like for any insidious reasons. I'm just curious.
Watch out.
He's gonna ditch you.
So what's up, Cobra? Check out the new ship, man.
Are you planning on ditching Cobra on some backwater plan?
Never ditch Cobra.
That's me, man.
Cobra's gonna end up doing Survival of the Atlas.
Cobra, what was your username? I'm sorry. For,
You could just.
Star Citizen.
I'm sorry, what?
Your username for Star Citizen, so I could add you. Your username?
It's.
Or handle, whatever they call it.
I believe it's X Cobra.
X Cobra?
I believe so.
Triple X.
You ever see those shows where like somebody's getting ready to get in the car and the guy that's driving the car pulls up a little bit and then makes the person walk up and then he pulls up a little bit more? I may do that to him, but I don't think I'd leave him on a planet.
So to answer the actual question, at the moment, if there is a landing zone where you can spawn ships, you can go through and you can claim your ship, and your ship will then appear.
Okay.
Later,
Leave them on like a moon
Or I could
something.
respawn myself.
yeah.
True.
If you're on a moon and there's no landing zone, then probably suicide is your only option.
Yeah. Unfortunately. I don't have the 1-800 number ready.
Kobe,
Cobra, let's go check out the moon.
that, or you just like, can someone get me? I've been ditched on a moon.
I see Cobra out there in a spacesuit with his thumb out.
Cobra's ditched me. I'm stuck on a moon. I'm running out of atmosphere. Help me.
He's holding up a cardboard sign that says Art Corp or Bust.
But let me speak to Mary real quick about the ships and the grinding. I upgraded my package from the Aurora to the what's called the 300i.
Okay.
I am absolutely in love with this ship right now. I don't even want to fly anything different. Like this
And
ship.
how much was that?
I traded in my Aurora for $20 extra.
So
Okay.
65.
But Kobe in chat says here that grinding of the ships is not really viable. Way too expensive in game, and the database resets make you lose everything. So you lose your ships too.
Yeah.
No,
Wipes.
you-
No.
Only the
You don't lose your
only
ships.
Only the
sorry.
ones that you brought in game, not the ones you brought out of game.
Right.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. At the moment, they are talking about putting in persistence where the ships that you buy in-game and your currency will persist over wipes. That is something they've literally just talked about the past couple of weeks, and they say, yes, we want to do this. We're looking into it actively at the moment. But yeah, at the moment, Kobe does definitely have a point that at the moment it is a grind to go through, and some of these ships, like the Hammerhead, for example, right? It'll have 6 to 8 people as a crew. That's like 15 million AUE, which is the currency. Yeah. So yeah, at the moment, if you wanted to grind that out, you would probably take 3 months, and then the database would probably wipe, and you'd probably lose.
That's exactly why I stopped playing it.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I didn't.
Okay, so how does it work with the rental ships? Does anybody know how much it is? What happens if you
I
crash
have
it?
no idea.
It gets blown up.
Sure. So what's happening with the rentals? You can rent them for 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, or 30 days.
Oh yeah.
And
In-game money. In-game money.
In-game money. Yes. So it's in-game money. And
Important point.
I'm not saying that I'm currently looking at the evocati leaks that have leaked earlier today, but
Matt Barrett.
Definitely
I see that
not.
comment.
yeah. But I was going to say, but they are apparently, when they first brought in the whole renting the ships, they were very expensive. But they have revised it with patch C that might or might not have also been leaked yesterday as well. Evocati leaks like this.
Oh,
really
Dano
does.
has a good comment there.
Dano
And-
says rental insurance.
Yeah.
So,
I can see it.
but my 300i is so amazing. It's so amazing that I don't want to fly anything else. Like, that really feels like that's my ship.
Man.
And it's very luxurious.
Yeah,
And
I've owned the
But if I'm
Cutlass
only
Black, the
streaming it-
Changer. No, I didn't own the Changer.
Well, what I'm saying is, so if I'm only going to
I've
stream
been
it
just
one,
stalker.
1 day a week, then I only need to get the 1 day a week rental.
Yeah. Or you can just fly around in a one.
Well, right now I'm streaming like 5 other games, guys. I have to make time somewhere.
Or look, to be honest,
Lindsay, what's your channel?
So I was going to say, these big ships and everything that you can buy for a lot of extra money, they're fun and everything like that. But to be honest, doing what Cobra or even I do, most of the time, yeah, I have some big ships in the game. But to be honest, I don't really use them. I just use the Avenger Titan.
Yeah, which is about the same size as a 300i.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Cobra flies around in his 300i. Like, as long as you got enough room to drop a few box missions and do a few cargo box missions and stuff like that, you don't need these big ships like the Hammerhead. These big ships like the Hammerhead and all that. They're org ships. And if you ever want to jump in and use some of these ships or stream some of that stuff, there's plenty of orgs. Hit me up. We can get you an AUG org. Or I presume Cobra's going to make his own org or something like that. There's plenty of orgs around. Yeah, you can Rexzilla, he has an org, ZFX, Drop Forces. You can jump in with those guys and do these huge, great big battles and great big missions, or great big firing cannons at each other and blowing each other up, and you don't have to worry about paying for it or grinding for it. So it's even better. But yeah, like I say, you can always jump in orgs and help orgs, and they'll lend you their ships. And...
Okay.
Has any of you guys been on the 890 jump yet?
Yeah.
New ship? Oh man, I need to get a look at it. I mean, I've seen videos, but
I got lost.
I can't wait for the persistence to kick in, because then I'm gonna grind and get the 600i, because I've seen that, and that thing looks amazing.
Oh yeah. The 600i actually should be getting a rework down the track, because
space yacht or something.
Yeah, the 890 is the big version of the 600i. The 600i is sort of like I like to call it the mummy version. The 890 is the daddy version. But yeah, I was going to say the 600i is, I think, about 100 and something meters. The 890 is 215.
Whew.
Yeah,
man.
Cobra.
Yeah, buddy.
I actually posted 2 pictures in the SubCast chat. I'm not sure if the one at the bottom, is that the Aurora?
Let me see.
The one at the bottom is a Aurora.
Yeah. See,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was in that when I first hopped in. This was like 6 months ago. And I really like the cockpit of it.
Yeah, I do. Actually,
The Aurora is amazing, man. It is absolutely amazing. The cockpit.
It's one of the
and
weakest
everything.
ships in the game, but apart from that, it's pretty good.
The one above it
In
is the
terms of
Avenger
taking
Titan,
damage,
I believe.
it's terrible.
And Captain Morgan there in the chat saying, check out the subscriptions at $10 to $20 a month. You get the ship of the month to use.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually get a few ships. Last subscription.
I'm very conservative with this kind of stuff. But...
That's interesting.
Yeah, so the last subscription that we actually got about 4 or 5 ships, I think it was. They're actually increasing the subscriber perks.
okay.
So, and also you get in-game armor and like flares stuff and stuff like that as well. So, yeah, subscriptions. $10 a month isn't bad.
Okay, the big question, guys. All I saw were male characters.
They're working on female. Yeah, they have female characters too.
Oh, you mean NPCs?
Yeah.
No, me. Can I be a girl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Look, check this out. They're also even working on animations. Instead of it being just a default animation, like in most games, where you pick a female character but it moves just like the male character.
No, isn't that in already?
Yeah, that's already in.
Yeah,
is that already in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were recently talking about that.
We played as a girl. You see her hips move and everything.
Okay, because when Cobra was walking around, all I saw was like guys.
I found one girl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's most guys.
Hey, come on! I gotta rep the girl gamers here, okay?
I know, yeah.
I play as a female character in the game because I like the smaller hitbox. That's the classic example in there.
Yeah, that's a classic excuse.
Yeah. not saying the whole thing swaying or anything, you know, is a good view, but what I was going to say is when they went through and they built the female model, they actually, instead of copying everything from the male model, they actually went through and did it properly the first time. So all the animations for the girls are slightly different than it is for the guys. So, you know, like the girl has like, you know, like hip sway and yeah, so yeah. But yeah, no, female characters are in the game, so.
Yeah.
Is there any updates on the Bengal carrier? Or they're still waiting on object streaming to come in, or what they call it?
Well, they won't put that in. They won't put that in the Star Citizen universe until Squadron 42 is released, because that's a Squadron 42 asset.
And I really just want to walk around in it, at least.
You and me both.
Just to see.
For anybody that's wondering, the Bengal carrier is a huge carrier in Star Citizen.
Who's the biggest?
My size doesn't matter.
In this case, I think it does, actually. I'm sorry, but that thing is like 1.5 kilometers long. Like the only size. Yeah, the only thing that's bigger than that is a
I should post a video of it. I'll link to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah. Cover. I don't know if you want to show that on the screen. That like the big guns are different. For example, is.
Okay.
But.
I have one more question for you guys.
Sure.
I am not a PvP person. I fully admit that. I do have arthritis. I'm not a PvP person.
Do
I have to PvP?
No, you can always run.
There's always
There's always running. Okay.
So in 20 hours of me playing, I haven't come across anybody shooting me.
Oh.
It depends on where you go. If you start hanging around in the pirate cave, like Grim Hex, for example, you will have a problem with pirates. If you, for example, do pirate missions, then yes, you will have the pirates attacking you because you're doing their missions. And sometimes if you get interdicted, there is the UAE Navy, but there's also pirates that will interdict you as well. If you don't want to fight, pedal to the metal, get away from the jamming, and then just quantum away.
So basically the same thing I do in No Man's Sky.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, cool. Just so I'm clear.
Yeah, the whole PvE aspect, it was a lot worse than it was now.
This is cool.
Before they brought in the lore system, it used to be a lot worse than it was. But
now
then...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, some of the best times I've had, I literally was coming into Port Al-Azhar with a Starfarer, which is a huge ship, fully loaded, full of materials. It was fully loaded, full of diamonds. And I was like, these guys aren't going to be able to get through the shields. Apparently they could.
Now, to be clear, in No Man's Sky, I only run when I first start a save. After I've got the positron, all bets are off.
Yeah.
Is there any weapons like that?
Okay, I'm going to show you guys this link.
Yeah, there's
In
weapon
Star-
upgrades. Yeah.
Star Citizen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can change the weapons to whatever you... Yeah, there's like different types.
I mean,
and
but
different
is there something
sizes.
that is so good, like the positron, or is it actually evened out?
They...
Cobra posted a link to a size comparison in the SubCast, right?
She's asking if there's any OP weaponry that she can get.
Yeah, there was. It was called mass drivers were pretty OP. All that sort of stuff. They were pretty OP, but they nerfed them to sort of bring them back to more balanced.
Damn.
That might have been because people were having to shooting at the 890 jump with these mass drivers and whatnot and blowing up the 890 jumps, and there were a lot of people that were spending a lot of money on their ships and only having them blown up by an Avenger and really getting salty over it.
Isn't there like an EMP in the game where you could like shut off their shield or something like? Yeah, I've seen that in like an Avenger, I think.
Yeah, the Avenger Warlock.
We got Captain Morgan saying that he saw me get into it with UEE. I didn't know I was shooting at a cop. I had no idea.
Honest, sir. Honest.
Until he said, "You will respect my authority," and I was like, "Cartman, is that you?" Play Star Citizen 2.
I want them to do that. Please, CIG, if you're watching this live stream for some reason, because they do, they actually, whenever people live stream it or do podcasts about it, they always are normally in the chat. Please put the Cutman voice, okay? I want to hear someone doing the Cutman voice. I want to, you will respect my authority.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah, even if it's only for a patch or something, just do it just for the lols. It's one of the best things and the worst things about the Star Citizen community is the amount of trolling that goes on. They came out with this ship that had like a tractor beam, and what the idea was is that you were supposed to be using it to help tow damaged ships back to base or help towing people out of atmosphere or whatever, right? That was the general idea with it. But the Star Citizen community thought, hey, I'm getting a ship that in the future will have a tractor beam, and we have asteroids. Can we play soccer?
Nice.
And they literally they asked this question on the Star Citizen Live, and Disco Lando asked, I think it was John Crew. I think it might have been John Crew. Can we do this? And John Crew was like, well, yeah, I suppose the asteroids are physical, and the tractor beam would be able to do that. But why would you want to? And then Disco just has this look on his face and just says, have you not met the Star Citizen community?
Well, that would kind of be like us in No Man's Sky just kicking around the gold ball.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Or kicking around
no,
a deck.
What?
Yeah,
Shush.
There's rumors that people are planning on putting a whole bunch of asteroids right near Port Alizar, just so when people come in and landing and go to take off, they're going to slam into the asteroid. Like I say, there's a lot of trolling that happens in Star Citizen, so it's funny and there's downside and upside to it.
Yeah, when I was streaming about 5 months ago, going to Hurston, I believe it was, I was asking people in the audience, like, how do I go into free look? And someone said, "Oh, that's easy. It's Alt F4."
No.
So
Just for
I'm
giggles.
I'm not a PC gamer. I didn't know what that meant, so I did it, and everything shut down. Like everything. So I had to come back on stream. The guy didn't know I was going to fall for it, right? So he donated saying sorry, but
Yeah.
My personal favorite was once I had a whole bunch of friends. Like I said, I'm in an org, and we were trying to get on the same server.
What is the first time?
And it was like, and they were like, and the server was full because we're stuck at 50 players per server at the moment, right? So I turned around and I said, and I probably shouldn't admit this, but I'm going to. I turned around and I said, hang on, wait, I'll help clear some room. And I started typing in the game chat, is anybody having problems with the server? I'm getting a little bit of a desync issue, blah, blah, blah. And then about 4 or 5 people changed servers because they thought the server was going to crash. And all my mates were like, hey, server's free, thank you. And we all jumped in on the same server.
Sounds like something I'd do.
what's up, Aaron? Thank you so much for coming out to the show, buddy. Good to see you. Hey, Sword, are you streaming tonight?
No.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Hey guys.
So,
I was thinking to, but I have a headache, so I don't.
Sword, if you guys don't know, is the co-host of the Friday Night SubCast, and hey, he's an amazing dude. So please put your link there in the chat for
What's the
everybody to
link?
see,
Yeah.
Sword. Yeah, just go ahead and throw it in there. We also have Gamers Cafe on the call with us, who has been a tremendous help on tonight's show, talking about everything Star Citizen. Bro, I would love for you to come on the show more often. I've learned a lot from you tonight, and if you could post his link in the chat. If you tell me where to find it, I can do it. But if you guys don't know who Gamers Cafe is, check out his YouTube channel. He's covering Star Citizen at this moment as well, and I'm going to continue uploading my Star Citizen footage, so that way you guys get to see firsthand what you could do if you buy the game for $45 right now. I am flying a 300i, which I traded in my Aurora for an extra $20. So in total, all I've spent on Star Citizen is $65, and I don't plan on spending any more. I love the
about 100 and I think.
Wow. Yeah, see, I love the 800i. The 300i. Sorry, I love the 300i, and it's a ship that I don't know, man. I just feel really connected with. It feels really amazing flying and owning, especially when you come and you see it on the landing pad. It's all pristine and white and clean, and the inside's really luxurious, and the cockpit is just an amazing view. But that's what you're going to see here. The reason for the Star Citizen videos is to kind of show you guys what you could do. After I get a little bit more caught up on knowledge for Star Citizen, we're going to start covering the development, the ongoing development for Star Citizen. And I hope you guys join me in this amazing piece of art. And I highly recommend it. It's not a scam. It is taking a long time to develop, and when you do play it, you're going to find out why. It's taking a long time because it's an experience worth seeing and playing.
I'd definitely go. I would definitely spend 45.
Yeah, it's a deal.
Oh, you haven't tried it yet?
Well, that's the thing. You think about how much fun you're having just in the Stanton system, and as I said to you earlier, there's over 100 different systems they want to incorporate eventually.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
That's the only thing that's bothering me right now.
The R system. Like,
how are they going to do that?
Yeah, that's the only thing that's bothering me.
Procedural.
Yeah, most likely. It has to.
Yeah, so that's what they're doing at the moment. The reason why they picked the Stanton system was because of
No Man's Sky procedural either.
Well, their procedural's a little bit better.
Crazy.
But the reason why they picked the Stanton system was because it had all the biodomes. It had the ice planet, it had the city planets, it had the desert planets, it had all the planets except for lava that they needed to generate all the rest of them. So now that they've got the Stanton system almost completely flushed out, they can go through and they can make Lyria, for example, and like they've already made it. But for example, Lyria, they can make it like that. Because all the systems are based on these same biodomes, so it should be a lot faster.
And they talked about implementing water and all that.
Yeah, they're gonna put water on us. They're gonna put water on ArcCorp, I heard.
ArcCorp?
Yeah.
ArcCorp's gonna have a huge, great big waterbed, and ArcCorp's gonna get a. So ArcCorp is actually going to be better than it already is. They're also talking about putting in like green zones and stuff like that.
I'm more varied to the buildings. Everything looks red and grey, I guess.
So you said they're going to be putting in green zones?
Yeah, so like great big like botanical gardens and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised you haven't acknowledged me.
So, Snow, I'm sorry. I was listening to you speak earlier.
Now.
I'm sorry, Snow.
I've been having...
I was going to say, I had someone earlier, but I thought it might have been Snow, but yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not even looking at the Discord screen.
It's okay.
It's good to have you on, man. What do you think of Star Citizen, Snow?
Well, considering the...
Let's go.
Sorry.
Well, considering...
I'm
Click.
quiet because everyone else is asleep. Excuse
Oh,
me.
you're being quiet. Okay.
Sorry. Take two. I was looking at your stream, and I noticed that there was a city outside the window, and I was like, oh, gosh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Problem
Cobra, I
is
haven't
that
seen it now, right? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't think that my computer will be... excuse me. I don't think my computer will be strong enough to handle such high-quality graphics, because here's the thing. I'm running an Intel 2-core Duo.
Oh.
A dual-core CPU at 3 GHz. Gifted to a friend of mine for free. So, I shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth, but...
Right.
And it's CPU intensive too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So Snow, I just posted a link in public chat on the Discord for you. That is the telemetry page. That'll give you an idea of what people in the community are using for CPUs, processors, GPUs, memory, hard drives, and it'll basically give you the basic stats, so you can work out roughly where your system is and what sort of frame rate you should get. It's
And I
only a
just dropped
guide.
that in the YouTube chat, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Captain Morgan's
Cobra.
asking what my handle is. I believe it's X Cobra.
XXX Cobra.
Is
I
it
think.
triple X Cobra on
Yeah.
Yep.
Star Citizen?
Triple X.
Yeah, that's how I found it.
Okay. See, I don't
Thought
even
it
know
was
what my
a joke
handle
at
is.
first.
Cobra's PSN name, you know, Cobra's Star Citizen name.
You've been a member since 2015, Cobra, but you haven't played, I guess.
Yeah, I never played
Something like that. Yeah,
until...
it showed up in the.
I've always jumped in and just checked a couple of things out, but I'd never played until just recently.
Yeah. I posted a video, the size comparison for the Bengal carrier, but it's every ship that's gonna be in the game, pretty much. In the what's the chat is it? SubCast.
Oh boy, we're gonna get into some ship porn here, guys. Be warned.
Yeah, no, right? Oh good.
Some of these ships are that
Ridiculous.
they are amazing. They really are. This is
Yeah.
you can see why people
Also,
spend money on their ships.
If
Yeah.
I may bring out
Great
a
cut
different
with black.
topic, if you don't mind.
Sure.
After you guys, go ahead. I'll go next. Go ahead.
What? No.
Go ahead, Snow.
Okay. Cobra, you said
Yeah.
that you asked Sword if he was gonna stream tonight.
Yeah.
I hate to advertise my own channel.
No, that's what the show's for. You can advertise your channel, buddy. You know that.
I know. It's just I advertise.
Just advertise.
I advertise my stream to Sword on Sword
I don't
Stream,
know
and
what
he
my
didn't
channel is
appreciate
about.
that. So, point being,
Well,
I
the
think-
subcast is different from. Say I was streaming a game. The rules are a little bit different. The subcast I created as a way to you guys to have an outlet to speak, advertise yourself. The subcast are your show, right?
thank
To
you.
it's for you. Now it's different if I'm streaming something else,
Oh,
but
that's
I probably
weird.
wouldn't care.
Yes.
But the platform for the subcast is for the people that come out and watch the show.
Understood.
And to
Well,
be fair,
here's
the
the
only
thing,
reason I
guys.
said anything to you is because you come to my live chat and said, I'm going live right now. Anybody wants to come see it? And
That's kind of messed up.
and
Everybody,
to be honest-
leave Sword Stream and come and watch me.
Yeah, and to be honest, I did
Yeah, it's
DM
kinda-
that on
yeah.
Discord instead of tearing you down live on the stream. So,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
So no, you're,
Cobra,
are
you
you,
checking
are you
out that
trying to
video?
tell me, huh?
You checking out that video? The size comparison that you wanted to see?
Size comparison.
Yeah, for the ships. It's on the subcast track.
It's on the subcast. Okay, let me
Subcast
take a
chat.
look at that.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to
Yeah.
tell me, Snow, is that you're going to be streaming.
Most likely, yes. Probably after the subcast, considering obviously you're streaming right now. So I don't want to impede on that, you know?
No, that's fine. It's fine. If you want, post your link into the chat there, so that way people can see your channel and go check
Right
you
there
out.
and done.
The subcasts are always for you guys. You could come on and just purely advertise your YouTube channel if that's what you want. That chat, while we're having subcasts, you can
Sure.
tell everybody in there that you upload. You could say,
Thank
check
you.
me out. This is for
It's just,
you.
The other thing is that I've been undergoing some pretty hard depression. And I could really use all the help.
I'm sorry to hear
I
that,
mean,
man.
my family is undergoing hard financial times. I'm stressing out because of it, and it's causing me to become depressed. And it's to put my life in Cobra's words. My life is a shit show.
Well, I hope things get better for you, buddy.
Thank you.
So-
Appreciate it.
Yeah, there's Snow's channel. He's going to be streaming. What are you going to be streaming?
Probably some No Man's Sky or Overwatch. I've been playing Overwatch lately, but I think I'll do some Beauty of Beyond streaming.
Okay.
Have you seen
Beauty
that
of
yet,
Beyond?
Cobra?
No.
Oh, you're missing out, bud. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
It is.
I mean, I've been doing some videos of
Oh my
basically
gosh,
very
what am I watching?
calm.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a very
just the hanger.
calm, very soothing video where I just talk in a very mellow mood, almost like this. And I
So you're doing
talk about
ASMR
the
now.
beauty.
Watch out,
ASMR.
Elf,
What is
here it
ASMR?
comes.
I never heard of that.
Let me break out the bubble wrap.
Oh, wow, what's that
But
starship
yeah,
right there?
Oh, Oh crap! I can't remember. It's that alien ship.
Black?
Vangelis
my
points out a very good point. I don't have a Patreon
Yeah.
because I don't know
That's
how to
the
set
Bengal
up
carrier.
one.
That is actually an alien ship to the right of it, or left, or right. I don't know.
Left or right, left or right, left or right.
It's left.
But yeah, Vangelis, I don't have a Patreon account. Oh, I have an account, I don't have a Patreon page. I don't know how to set one up. If any of you guys here on the SubCast chat, the YouTube chat, know how to set up a Patreon page so I can generate a passive income, or secondary income I should say,
Dude, I
let me know
figured
in
it out on
Discord,
my own.
'cause I
Yeah,
need
just
help.
it's pretty easy, Snow. You just follow the prompts. Just start clicking around.
I'm on mobile. Does that make any
Yeah.
difference?
I did it on mobile.
I don't. I'll have to figure it out. Because all I see is a blank page on my Patreon.
Okay, what's the biggest ship that's right there?
So I actually thought the King ship was bigger than the Bengal carrier. I thought the Bengal was at 1.5, but yeah, but this looks like it might be old graphics too. So how old is this? Do you know?
Yeah, I think it's pretty old.
Yeah.
I didn't want to share the whole 50-minute gameplay of the Bengal carrier. Remember that?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. So let's
Hang on.
look, I'm sure.
So I'm going to post a link here. So this is a updated version.
Yeah.
Of size comparison or something?
Yep, size comparison. So this is a size comparison chart for Star Citizen. Yeah.
Oh, a chart. Where are you
Yeah,
posting?
Public,
SubCast?
public,
Jesus.
yeah.
That's a big boy.
Nice.
Yeah. So you
on.
actually see there the Bengal carrier. Ugh. Hang on. Let me get my tape measure and I'll measure it. I think it's only
That's
1.
what she said.
Wow.
Sorry, I was trying to laugh and to say it.
Yes. Oh god, this.
So.
Oh, this doesn't have the alien ships.
No, this is just the UAE ships.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the King ship is actually 2.5 kilometers at the moment. But to give you an idea, the Javelin.
There's a Javelin.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, where are you, Jav?
I didn't realize that shit was.
Yeah, so Javelin's only 400.
Far right.
I like 480. Yeah, I like the fact that I'm saying only. It's only 480, where the King ship is 2.5 kilometers.
Oh.
So
What's the name of that ship to the top right? All the way. That was the base building ship, I think it was.
The Pioneer. Yep.
Pioneer, yeah. I didn't know it was that big.
Yeah, she's not bad. she's not bad size. Was it? It's only 200 meters. So I like the fact that.
I mean, it's half the size of the Bengal carrier. That's true.
Yeah.
That is unreal.
So the Pioneer would be the same sort of size as the 890 jump.
Oh, I see. It looks smaller here.
Hmm.
On the thing the Cobra is up to.
I would like a screenshot of that. What
I got the links.
It's in the public.
In the
public
public.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I was like, I want to print that and look at it.
Yeah.
The blue
So
one? The blue.
So the Retribution, which is the Bengal carrier, is 2.7 kilometers. So you are right. The Bengal carrier is slightly bigger than the King ship.
Yeah.
The King ship on this image here is listed as 1.5, but she's blown out to 2.5 at the moment. So yeah.
I mean, it was finished, right? The design and everything.
Yeah. So both
That's
the
a
King
finished
ship, mostly done. Yeah. They need to be because they're a Squadron 42.
But they just can't put it in the live or something like that.
They don't want to ruin the surprise. To be honest, they don't want to go through and have everybody.
It's for Squadron 42.
Yeah. So they don't want people to sort of, they want people to go aboard the Bengal carrier and just
that makes sense.
scream at the screen, which is probably going to be me. The Retribution, I believe, is the name of the Bengal carrier. I think the Bengal carrier is the class. The Retribution is I think that's how it works. I'm not quite sure on that one. That'd be something I should probably check out.
I haven't known about that name.
We've got Atheist joining us.
Just call me Rob if you want. Robert. What's up?
What's up, Rob? How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Working on websites.
Very
Figured
awesome.
I'd pop in and say hi.
So, what do you think about some of the Star Citizen stuff?
I joined it years ago. So I have an account, starter account from like 2015, I think. I was thinking of installing it again.
Oh, it's well worth it. Like, I bought it a long time ago too, and I just recently checked it out, and I'm blown away, bro. I mean, you could actually, you could do stuff in it that's a game mechanic type stuff now.
Yeah. I'm only mostly
Also, Cobra.
could
Yeah,
bring
buddy.
boxer.
The reason I keep leaving is because I keep having your wrong button moments. Like the
No.
first time I accidentally closed Discord. The second time I was going to public chat and I accidentally pressed the public chat channel, I think. Yeah.
It is contagious. Trust me.
Very contagious.
We're all carriers now.
Yeah, it's all over the internet now.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
You started it. You should be sorry.
So just to update myself, because
I
apparently
definitely
I
have
was
to
wrong.
Actually, it's still a
install
50.
again and check it out with you guys. If my
So
computer
just
will run
update.
it.
Sorry, just update because apparently I was wrong. Apparently I have to fake news myself. The Bengal carrier, according to fandom, is saying it's only 1,000 meters, so 1 kilometer. Yeah, there seems to be a little bit of a misinformation here when it comes to the Bengal carrier as to the size of the ship.
I see. Well, I think that's probably going to bring us to the end of the show for tonight. Gamers Cafe, thank you so much, dude, for coming on and just giving us, lending us the wisdom that you have of Star Citizen. I'm catching up pretty quickly. And I would absolutely love for you to come on the show. And
Anytime, man. Anytime.
it's been interesting. Very,
Come on, let me know when you want to chat.
Yeah, most definitely, bud. Most definitely. Add me as there as a contact or whatever, a friend, and we'll jump in.
I think you have to do it too. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably have to.
It's Phoenix CGC and Star Citizen.
I'll probably be logging in tomorrow to get in there, and it'll probably be somewhere tomorrow afternoon or something like that. I don't know when, but it'll be tomorrow. But look, as a final parting words about Star Citizen, again, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I get nothing for asking you to try it. I get nothing. I'm just sharing my excitement for Star Citizen, and it's well worth it. $45. It's and as long as you're not getting in there grinding and getting happy that you bought a ship that you saved up for 3 months with in-game money,
and then get it.
Not even I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wait until they got persistence and not wiping it. But I would highly suggest getting the 300i. That's going to be a little more expensive to buy into the game, but not much. But if you don't want to
post a link to that after?
Huh?
Can you post a link to that?
What, the 800i?
Yeah.
300.
I'm sorry, 300i, 300. I don't know why I keep
Public
calling it 800 because I want that one. 890. Let's see if I can find it here on the screen.
The 890. So the 890. Here's a funny story for you guys before you go. 890 Jump went up for sale the other day. It was $950 real world money, and it sold out in 3 seconds flat.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
We think we're all in the wrong business.
Yeah. You don't want to work out how much CIG made that day just in selling the 890 Jump. And this is where, you get people that are saying, oh, they're going to run out of money. They only have $15 million. It's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so little.
Yeah, but they can turn around and generate literally $1 million or whatever it is in one day. Yeah, like. Yeah.
So, Cafe, I have a question for you. Can
Sure.
you buy into the game with the Drake Cutlass Black? Because that's currently like my dream starship.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that actually comes as a package. I can check that out and get back to you. But I was going to say, you were asking me about that before. If you guys want some really good starter ships, the Avenger Titan the Avenger Titan is a really good starter ship. 300i is a really, really good starter ship to upgrade to. The Drake Cutlass Black is also a really good starter ship to upgrade to. And also the Freelancer. You can get the Freelancer Max, or you can just get the plain Freelancer. There's like 4 or 5 really good ships that are like all you really need to fly around the universe and to basically do all the missions with.
Okay, I have
I some photos of the Drake Cutlass Black in the SubCast chat because I love it so much. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I put the 300i link in the YouTube chat there if you want to check that out.
The Cutlass Black is actually it's a really good ship. It especially now has the VTOL engines in 3.7 that will be facing down, and when you get up to speed, you can then face the engines back. So you're gonna have that better control. But the 300i,
so cool.
300i is really good. Sorry.
Oh no, leveling up.
Oh, okay. The 300.
Sorry.
The 300i is a really good ship as well. The Avenger Titan is a very good ship. It depends on what style you want. They have different styles.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all pretty good starting ships. The 300i is more of a luxury sort of thing. The Cutlass Black is more of a sort of a bare bones industrial ship. And the Avenger is sort of in between. It's like a space shuttle.
Oh, I gotta get this one. Dragonfly Star Kitten Edition. It has kitten in the name. Come on.
Well, I think this brings us to the end of our show, guys. Gamer Cafe, what do I call you other than Gamers Cafe?
Just call me Gamers, man. That's all. Yeah.
Gamers.
That's all people know
Okay.
me as.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep in touch, and I definitely probably going to be messaging you, asking you for a lot of information.
By all means, man. I'll be
you.
also
I
free.
Appreciate
I'll be free
that.
tomorrow. You want to
Okay.
jump in? Yeah. So like, I think it was it Eric or Sword who was wanting to jump in tomorrow?
It was probably Eric.
maybe.
Sword
No,
hasn't
no,
bought the game yet.
No, it was it was somebody else.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I was going to say, yeah, if you want to jump in tomorrow, let us know. But yeah, if you have any questions, man, feel free to hit me up. Yeah, I want to help people and make sure that they have all the information so they can make informed decisions.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
All
But
right, guys.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yep. Thank you so much, man. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. And thank you to everybody else that called in tonight. You guys made the show what it is. And thank you to everybody that showed up in the chat and just hung out with us for these couple of hours. And I hope I kind of showed you guys that it's not really a scam. There's a lot of that out there, and maybe I'm just a positive guy. I'm really positive, but give it a shot. $45 if you have a computer that can run it. And that's it. I will see you guys probably in a video tomorrow. I'm going to go over to Hurston, actually.
Love the content, Cobra. We love the Star Citizen content. At least
Thank
audio, at least.
Yep.
I love watching new players come into the universe because of the reactions and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh my god, this is a city planet! What the hell is this possible?"
Right.
Also,
And that sort of nostalgia, I suppose, we lose it after a while. Like, hey, I'm gonna fly to ArcCorp. Hey, yeah, it's cool. And it's sort of like everybody else is just like losing it because it's like, oh my god, this is a whole planet covered in a city, and we're
Yes.
like, yeah, it's ArcCorp. It's like I've been here 1,000 times.
Right. Yeah. Guys, also remember, we are a constellation, as Peaceful Gamer says there in chat. We're a constellation, meaning we are all stars. And we all connect. We all need to connect to each other, which means reach out to the fellow neighbors there in the chat. Subscribe to their YouTube channels. When you come on the show, don't forget to shout out your YouTube channel. Don't forget to say in the chat, hey guys, check me out. I'm uploading Star Citizen content. I'm uploading No Man's Sky content. I'm uploading Elite Dangerous content. The Friday night show is for you guys. It belongs to you, and it will forever be for you. So always plug yourself, all right? Always plug yourself. Reach out, connect the dots, make that constellation, and just subscribe to each other. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much.
Cobra.
We'll be back Friday
Sorry
for
to
our
interrupt.
next live show. What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Are you after the call, after the stream ends? Can I talk to you?
Maybe. I got dinner waiting for me in front of me.
Oh yeah, go ahead and eat dinner. Go ahead.
Right
and
over there.
eat.
Man's got to eat, you know.
I totally get it, my friend. But
Okay.
I would like to speak with you sometime tonight.
All right, just message me. I'll probably be able to type while I'm eating.
Sure.
Okay. All right, don't forget to check out Snow. He's getting ready to stream, and you have a good stream, buddy. And don't forget,
Thank you.
check out Sword, the co-host of the Friday Night SubCast. I
Definitely.
promise you,
Thanks,
will
bro.
not be let down. That guy is amazing.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. And bye, everyone. Everyone have a good night. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next Friday.
Sounds good. Have a
Indeed.
good night.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
Take
night,
care,
everyone.
See you guys. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Peace. Bye.
And we are gonna go ahead and shut it down for tonight. I do want to thank Peaceful Gamer for this amazing intro that he made for the channel. Let me see if I can get this music turned off for right now. It is absolutely amazing, and I just want to kind of show it to you guys before we get off of here. And I don't know, it is right here. So I'm gonna play it real quick because I think it's just absolutely cool. And there it is. So I just want to thank you, Peaceful Gamer. Thank you so much. He is one heck of an artist. Follow him on Twitter. Post your Twitter link there, Peaceful Gamer. And I don't understand why you're not on Fiverr or something, just killing it. So thank you again, Peaceful Gamer. And I will see you guys out in some universe. No Man's Sky's universe, Star Citizen's universe, and probably here in a couple of days, Elite Dangerous's universe. Remember, they're all worth owning. They're all worth having in your library. There's no sense in picking sides and picking teams. And also, Empyrean Galactic Survival. We're going to get into some of that. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. Stay safe. Don't get into trouble. And I'll see you guys next Friday or throughout the videos of the week. Bye, everybody.